Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of Changeling Dreaming Across New York. This is the grand finale of our wonderful story, which again, every time we get to episode 4 and we're like, oh, we want to do some more. And then we were like, yeah, let's extend it to 8. Let's extend it to 8. Now I'm like, no. If we're going to get to where we're going with this narrative, we gotta finish it up. Always gotta leave them wanting more, you know. Let us meet our changelings, and I'm gonna go in the order that you all are on my screen, which may or may not be the level you are on your overlay. Actually, just for achievement for excellence, for achievement in the field of excellence. Let us start with Justus, because Justus, this hair, this.
Oh, hey. I figured it'd be the last time, and I just went all out. So I put a lot of extra grease in there, and I made a special tool to make it all work. Anyway, hey, I'm Dugan. I'm a Naka. I'm the brains of this operation, and I'm being piloted by this schmuck Justus who pops his head in here and there. So yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's what you get.
Mason.
Yeah, hey everybody. My name is Mason Dula, and I am playing Dix tonight. He's a little bit of he's just a pisky, as best as a pisky can be. He likes to steal stuff.
It's he is the best boy, right? The best boy. Noura.
Hi everyone, I'm Noura Ibrahim, and I play Harlow Jinx. She's your resident, literal, actual cat lady, and also Puka. And I will also say that Dugan. Also, I'll give a little secret to how he gets his hairstyles. Is sometimes I just hawk a loogie in there.
That's all right.
There might be a hairball component there. There's a congealing quality of what you cough up that I could see that there's an application there.
Oh, yeah, it's magnificent. It's great for structural support.
Hey, no regrets, right? Our returning champion, Emily.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emily. I am playing Gwyneth, the she of House Alenid. It's really good to be back. I needed a spiritual cleanse, and feeling much better now.
Recentered now, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so we won't talk about where I was, and I'm sure that means we will talk about where I was.
And last but certainly not least, Diana.
Hello, everybody. I'm Diana DiMicco. Tonight, I will be Miss Bunny, your satyr friend. When Harlow says, I'll spit on it, to me, it means something very different.
It's true.
You almost got him to as he was drinking. That would have been...
No.
The dream!
I was about to say something, but we're too early in the show for that here. We don't want to get it.
I don't get it. Can somebody explain the joke to me, please?
We don't want to get demonetized in the first 90 seconds of the stream. Now, like I was saying, yes, this is episode 4 in the finale of the chapter of Changeling. We will be returning with more that we will tell you maybe at the end of this. It depends on how many people are crying. But in the meantime, we are going to be taking a little bit of a break while QueueTimes is going to be running something else on Friday nights for a few weeks. So if we might have the magnificent, omnipresent voice of Jake from QueueTimes to tell our fair viewers what it is that's coming up next.
This is Jake, the omnipresent voice that is always here. No, hi everyone. Yes, we are going to be running a small part of Pathfinder 2nd Edition, but we're going to be doing a evil campaign. So every single person in the group is actually an evil, horrible creature, from a necromancy leshy all the way to a Dampier elf who just has mommy issues, but that's a completely different story. But yeah, so check us out. We're going to be starting next week, and we'll be running a couple of episodes, and then right after that, it's going to be back to this wonderful group.
I appreciate that we collectively as a group have sullied Friday nights on QueueTimes.
It's an honor.
Just get
You're
down.
welcome.
Get
It was
It's like
after
Bunny's couch. You never want to go back.
it was after Wraith. I was like, more evil needs to happen here. Like I just need to make more evil, horrible things happen on Friday nights.
That's my gift
Yes,
to the
thank
internet.
you, Twitch Jesus.
Exactly. Just got to scum it up some. Just scum it up. Just take it. Just roll it around in the dirt a little while, and then put it back up there.
Harlow, spit on it.
Give me a second. I'll get a good one going.
My brain still went somewhere completely different. So now, relative to the wonderful, happy-go-lucky, not at all terrible story that we're telling here tonight, I understand we have a volunteer for who was going to give the recap for what happened last week.
Me again?
No.
I don't do shit for free.
I
Yes,
think I got my recaps revoked.
You know, it's not your recap was so good. You have inspired Bunny
It's true.
to try her hand at it. So yes, here we go. Bunny, lay on us what happened. Especially because hey, Gwyneth doesn't know what happened last week. So there you go. Let's see.
Oh, I will tell you, Gwyneth. So last week we went down to Goblin Town and we met Dugan's friend with Tiny Member, and he showed us around town. He brought us to a nice establishment full of home necessities where I was very popular. Just so all of you know, I'll be launching a full line of bunny sex robots here soon, available exclusively on Sky Mall. 6 installments, $29.95. Cash only. Yes. So after I make life-changing deal, we meet creepy tall she lady. Creepy tall she lady started petting Harlow, and they got to be really, really good friends. No, she's way creepier than you, Gwyneth. She didn't like us very much, I don't think. But she wants us to go back to the Met and get the cool little thing for her, not Mr. Slua. And we said, okay, maybe we do that. And she said, well, you better, or we're going to kill you. And then we were talking about what we should do next, and really big red caps show up. And the really big red caps, they take us and they say, you're coming with us. But they don't say that because they weren't talking. And then we walk and we walk and we walk. And we find Big Lobster Lady who gets, again, really mad at us and wants us to bring her the little thing. Everyone wants it. And she did say she would kill us. She said bad things would happen to us. Bad things. And I think that's it. Lots of life-threatening and sex chair, sex robot. Yes, that's it.
That does basically cover it. Yes. You all went down to the freehold of Goblin Town, which is where not all, but a lot of the Knockers live underneath New York. It is one of two of the main freeholds in New York. It was a place of just absolute lavish wealth, so much so that, again, there were constructs made of solid platinum walking around and things of that nature. It was all very bejeweled and wonderful. You did meet Rastro, who is, very, very well endowed for a Naka, really. Like it's not compensated for nothing, lady. Bunny did, in fact, negotiate for a line of new Bunny licensed sexual accoutrement with one of the merchants operating under there, the Madam. You all were in fact approached by Lady Alexandria, who really had nothing bad to say about any of you, especially that delightful Harlow. And did make it known she would appreciate if you were to bring the locket to her. Dix met her bodyguard / assassin, Rat Breath, who Dix is the only one who spoke to him. The rest of you saw him, but Dix was the only one that interacted with him, who is a particularly small red cap. All red caps are fairly little. He's unusually little, but very much has a reputation for his effectiveness and lethality. After that, you guys were pulled aside by Cadmium Red, who is the head knocker down under Goblin Town, who was far more direct and blunt in her requests, that you basically bring the locket back to her, and you have, that's a nice face. It'd be a real shame if something were to happen to it, essentially, in her dealings with you. Dugan, you in particular know, Lady Cadmium Red is, she's very effective. Some people say maybe the power's kind of gone to her head over these decades, but she's gotten results with Goblin Town. It is what it is because of her. And she's built the knockers up to the status that they hold because of her. So that's neither here nor there. The fact that she does in fact have a group of red cap bodyguards now didn't really sit well with a lot of people, but kind of what are you going to do? And there was just that one tiny little problem with they kind of actively use slave labor. There were a lot of people down there who'd clearly been grabbed from the streets. Most of them were people that were not going to be missed, that looked like they were probably homeless or destitute in one way or another, runaways, strays, essentially. Had been grabbed and put to work down in Goblin Town doing basically menial things out of the way that no one could see. And Dugan was able to confirm with Rastro that was why the lupines of Circus Lupus, in particular, the werewolves, why they're so pissed at you all, is apparently somewhere along the way, maybe people they care about have maybe possibly been dragged down there. Who could say, really? But that is what got them all on your trail. And when we left, you all were essentially making your way out along the river to head back to the surface. And Cadmium Red did provide you with a tool that was legally distinct that would help you steal the locket with the one flaw in its design that it, in fact, does not do wood. Yes.
Easy.
Right. It's that's the only thing better than a callback to a callback. And you all were headed back to the surface, armed theoretically with the tool. Again, this has been one singularly very eventful night. You all arrived at the Axis at about 6. It is really just about 2-3 in the morning by now of all of these things that have happened as you all are making your way back to the surface. However, before we rejoin our motley band here, also a really cool girl I know gave me this mug that says roses are red, violets are blue. It don't always be like that, but sometimes it do. And, yeah. Maybe that cool girl was Diana. Yeah. So, which also, this is why our relationship works. It arrived and I opened it and I was like, and there was no sign, no note, nothing. I'm like, this was Diana's doing.
He knew.
Yeah. Like immediately. I'm like, okay, great. Brava. So that being said, we will actually go back in time slightly to the last time we saw Gwyneth. She was being escorted away by a tall, austere-looking member of the She that loaded her into a very large black sedan and drove away as you all were making your way down to Goblin Town. So let us move backwards slightly to that moment where Gwyneth, as you enter into the back of this car, you see he stops and looks at you for a moment. And normally, you are not supposed to even speak his name aloud. But you know from all the time that you've worked there, his name is Thorisma Temul. Normally, you just refer to him as, the leader, the boss, the overseer, all sorts of names like that. I will drop that name in chat, by the way, because I know that is a mouthful. But as you all load into the back of the car there and it speeds away, He is sitting next to you on the long seat, and ahead of you there is a window that is that is raised up to basically get total privacy from whoever is driving the car as it starts speeding away. And he just sort of takes a very deep breath and says, "So, it seems you've had an eventful evening."
I mean, you know how I am. I like for all of my evenings to be eventful.
I rather don't enjoy my evenings being eventful. I'm much happier if I could just sit back, enjoy a cup of tea, listen to one of my albums, or have my quartet play and simply bathe myself in the warm digital glow of information. And yet, Gwyneth, tonight I have been called down from my penthouse loft to come and attend to some matters personally. And he holds his hand up, and you see images start moving across the screen of pictures you've taken tonight, of the painting from the Axis, of the lapel pin with the symbol on it, of the locket sitting on display there. And he says, "You've just explain this to me. Just begin at the beginning and tell me what on earth is going on."
Well, of course, I assume you know more than I do, as always, Your Excellency. I assumed you put the meeting in my calendar that brought me down here in the first place, and when I got here, there was a bit of a ragtag group of misfits that I guess got assigned to me as direct reports, so of course, I needed to see them through. Whatever it was, this event you had arranged for me tonight, and I was doing my due diligence the whole time to make sure I reported in all the information I gathered, just like I always do. So it's honestly just another night in the life of Gwyneth.
He motions again, and that symbol from the lapel pin comes up again, which you knew was the sigil of House Fiona. It is bright red. It's got a very fearsome looking lion on it with a very long tail that curves upwards. And the lion is either roaring or perhaps breathing fire. It's difficult to say, but you knew immediately what it was when you looked at it. And he pulls it back up on the screen and he says, "Explain this to me. Why was this in your possession when you took the photograph of it, and where is it located currently?"
I reclaimed it from Virginia and Richmond, who must have had it for some improper reason. I'm not really sure how it fell into their hands, but I felt it was best to take it and let you know that it was missing.
So you encountered Richmond and Virginia then?
Of course, yes, at the Met.
And do you have any idea what they were doing there?
I believe they were there for the fundraiser.
And this, he motions again, and you see that black locket sitting on display there in the event. And it says again that it was located underneath the World Trade Center towers during the excavations. Recall the event was celebrating their opening in 1973. It was really more about tribute to the towers, and the only things that were there were sort of relics that had been recovered from Ground Zero that were still intact, basically. And this small glass locket was one of them, but you knew it was of a make and design that was unlike anything else that was there. And he has your picture of it with the placard there. And he's like, "And this?"
Well, I saw it at the fundraiser. I thought something struck me as odd, and it seemed unlike anything that was in our database. So I naturally wanted to increase our bounty by contributing that to the cloud.
Is there anything else that you would like to share with me, Gwyneth? Because knowledge is power, but it is only power when it is put into practice. If you just keep it locked inside that beautiful head of yours, it is of no use to anyone.
Well, of course, certainly I wouldn't know about keeping power locked away.
Gwyneth. And he takes your hand and he just sort of pats it and he says, Gwyneth, you've lived long enough that you recall what things were like in Arcadia. You feel the crushing weight of the banality of this place too, all this concrete and metal and disorder and chaos. She are the superior species because we all understand our place. Yes, we as a people are meant to rule, and of course we are superior, but amongst ourselves, there must be no confusion about where our purposes lay. You, of course, are still clear on this, yes?
Of course. Of course, I live only to serve.
Because it would be a shame were you, should it be found out that your exposure to all these strange people and ideas perhaps had become too troublesome and burdensome and was calling you to lose perspective in, as such, were perhaps recalled from the field so that you might have an opportunity to purge yourself of dangerous ideas.
These so-called companions are under my control, I assure you.
Oh, yes, I'd forgotten. And he holds out his hand over to you, and he has a very large signet ring sitting on his finger, very much the symbol of House Eliud. And he just holds it over to you.
I take his hand in a gesture of deference and give it just a slight kiss.
Yes. I apologize, Gwyneth. It is difficult to be burdened as I am with both wisdom and responsibility.
I can help you with that burden. I can take some of that burden off of you.
I believe that you might. I see now that your shortcomings are my failures as a leader. And were you properly prepared and informed, you would have been far less clumsy in your performance of your duty, sufficient though it may have been. And he snaps his fingers, and when he does, the window starts to come down. Oh, well, look who's on the hot seat now. Yes, Gwyneth, you mustn't be so gauche in going about things. And there on the other side of the window, you see Richmond and Virginia. And their troll, Carolina, is the one driving the car.
What are you doing here?
Yes, I understand. Always 2 moves behind. I get it. Yes, I would say I was like you once, but that's not exactly true. Oh, stop it, Richmond. You can see she's having a difficult night. It's my girl. And she looks at you with her impossibly blue, infuriatingly gorgeous eyes. She is almost unspeakable to look upon in her actual fey mien. Even she's looking at you being so sugary sweet, and something in you is just like, bitch, you still can't help but, And she looks at you and says, Gwyneth, you are quite right that we were there not just to observe the art. We were, of course, there on a mission for the greater glory of the she. Yes, because of course that is the one thing we all agree on, is that the Arcadian rule is both wise and stern, and many of the problems that are infesting this world is because they don't have proper leadership. Don't you agree, Gwyneth?
Absolutely. Everything I do is for the glory of the she. You certainly can't be calling that into question.
Oh, no, of course not. No, we would never such a thing. It's, there is that, pet of yours, that Pisky.
You mean Dix?
Oh, it's got a name. How charming. Gwyneth, was it his light fingers that liberated that sigil from me?
Everything Dix and I do together is in the glory of the she.
She's trained it. Oh, wow. What an amazing concept. Oh, well. Tamil, old boy, to what extent are we going to go ahead and let Gwyneth know what's happening here? You see, he has sort of been sitting there with his fingers steepled, and he finally turns and looks at you, and he says, Gwyneth, you know what we long for, what we have always wanted, is a fair and just rule. Right now, this Duchy of the Golden Sigil, all of the Kingdom of Apples, is in chaos right now because that troll, Duke Kelladin, and they both dramatically roll their just Duke, which, you know, Gwyneth, was a commoner. He was a troll commoner that fought on the other side of the Accordance War. And one of the things when peace was established shortly after the old king's death and the war ended is some of the notable influential commoners were raised to noble status. So part of his rule of the Duchy of the Golden Sigil, and by extent New York City, was sort of a peace agreement, essentially. But we need one of us in charge. We need, ideally, someone from House Gwydion, like our old king, may King Daffel rest in peace, to be restored to proper rule here first. And then, of course, should, in the fullness of time, whatever might happen with King David remains to be seen. But for now, we, of course, honor and loyalty and fealty to Taranor. But what we really do, is help guide and shape the future of not just our kith, but of all kiths. Do you understand?
What would you have me do?
Of course, King David cannot be seen actively maneuvering to have a member of his own house, a member of House Gwydion, installed here, so we must assist him with this matter. This, and he flips back to the sigil, is a clue that we had, that we were following up on. Well, we were following up on until it's got purloined. We have cause to believe that this locket carries an important piece of information within it. What I am about to say is something of the highest security that I trust you will be able to keep to yourself.
Of course.
Of course she will. It's, again, you were so correct, Hamill. The issue was never Gwyneth. It was that we did not properly inform her of the true state of things. Clearly, she has earned her place at this long table. Yes. Well, I don't know if it'll be at the head of it, but yes, of course. Seat at the table, of course. Yes. I mean, she fought bravely in the Accordance Wars. And of course, back in Arcadia, her father and her father's father and her mother and even her great-grandmother, all very notable Fae. And I'm sure in time she herself will do something of note. Yes, please tell her. We have cause to believe that this locket will contain the identity of the king's assassin. Everyone blames the Slua Dr. Coma for this, but we have our doubts. And if we know who is guilty of regicide, with that information, we can use it to appropriately motivate the proper parties to help bring back balance and wisdom to the kingdom.
So you want me to take the locket?
We want you to make sure the locket comes to us.
And of course, if I'm to have this seat at the table, as you are proposing, I would honestly, and I'm sure you can understand, someone as lowly as I am, who is but a mere collector of information, just simply absorb and send to the cloud and use none of it for myself, none for my personal gain. I'm sure you can understand, with the promised advancement that you have placed in front of me here, how I simply would like to see a letter of offer, some sort of formalized documentation of the advancement that you have proposed for me.
Well, you are shrewd. Very well. Sure you are. I am no lowly knocker, but I do have a certain capability with contracts and such. He pulls out a drawer, and you see a parchment with a golden sheen on it. And he says, "By my honor of House Arcadia, service in this, and you will be greatly rewarded." And you see with one of his fingernails, he cuts his own thumb and puts it on it and smears it across the bottom.
I reach over and I place my hand to hold his thumb onto the paper in a swift movement, and I say, "And my pet."
Of course. Of course.
Say it.
And the Pisky Dix. Yes. And he turns it around to you and he says, "I trust you'll wish to countersign the agreement."
Of course. And I smear my thumb underneath it, and I say, "For the she."
Always for the glory of the she. And he holds it over to the supervisor, the Rizma Tamul. And he looks down at it and he says, "This is all in order. You might consider it updated to the cloud. I think you will find," and you feel the car stops moving and the door opens. As nobody touches it, but the door opens. And you can see what looks like a maintenance shed standing next to the river about 50 yards away. "I believe you will find your motley should emerge from that tunnel momentarily, when we will be quite dispersed. I recommend you tell them that you were pursued by those animals and narrowly escaped with your life."
May I have my privileges unrevoked, please?
"Oh, that and more than." And he just waves his hand.
I take out my phone and just kind of glance to check.
It's all back, and he's right. You do have access to things you didn't before. And he just looks and he says, Gwyneth, I am aware that we do things differently than they do here in these modern days, and I believe you have enough of the old world in you that you understand why it is that way. But the things we do are necessary. They might not be beautiful to look at, he says, motioning literally to all of you, but they are necessary.
I understand. Thank you for your mentorship.
And you see Virginia looks at you and she just reaches out and she touches your hair and she says, such beauty. Perhaps when all of this is behind us, we shall take a little trip to the Riviera.
Oh my goodness, that would be so lovely. We absolutely should.
Well, we need to get a move on because, and he pulls a platinum stopwatch out and he looks at it. He says, your friends, your contractors should be arriving shortly, and chomp chomp. And do you get out of the car?
I do.
It very slowly drives away and kind of turns the corner, and you do hear the stomping of footprints coming your direction. Now, one thing I would like to know is, Gwyneth, a lot's happening. And as you're standing there on the sidewalk watching ostensibly family, at least Ken, drive away with ostensibly family, at least friends approaching, what's going through Gwyneth's mind?
I've told myself I will always be a boss. I've told myself I will maintain control over the situation. I've told myself that I have the power. And now I am not going to let them take it away from me.
Perfect. Meanwhile, those of you that were exiting Goblin Town, you find yourself approaching the surface, and the clang of metal steps, and there is a door up ahead, and the familiar sounds and smells of New York begin to fill your senses. As you know, right up ahead, you'll be back outside.
Oh, I can't wait. You know, it was really starting to smell so musty down there.
Dugan, your friends are weird.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Hey, Dugan, what are the chances like we got like a James Bond like sort of thing planted on us that's hearing all the words we're saying after we walked out of that place?
It's probable.
I'm gonna start checking my body to see if I can find any listening items or anything.
I start undressing Harlow.
And at the same time, I'm like patting her down, like, I will check for all recording devices.
Gwyneth, you like absolutely
TSA
hear
style.
You hear Harlow's voice saying this on the other side of this like metal door.
Check harder, Harlow.
As I hear them coming up, I just like take a minute to recompose myself and try to like straighten up and get my shit together. And I just say out loud to myself, I cannot believe how thrilled I am to be reunited with them.
All of you give me I apologize. I got to pull up an appropriate changeling sheet. I'm never ready for this when the time comes. Give me your wits, and we establish you do have larceny, correct, Dix?
Yes.
Give me wits and larceny.
Everybody, you said?
You all can, if anybody that's got larceny. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody but Gwyneth, of course. Actually, even those of you that don't have wits, larceny, you can still roll wits. So you all can roll. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, I did not do well with my big dice flows. A 3 for me.
2, 3. Okay. 2.
You know, hey, hold on. How much willpower I have? I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Spend a willpower. All right, I get it. Mm-hmm.
What are we rolling for? Checking for bugs?
That's what you're rolling for. Yep. So if you have some other relevant thing, I'm open to it. But that's what this is you searching for bugs.
How many do I get to reroll with willpower? Is it 3?
Up to 3. Okay. Up to 3. You don't necessarily have to reroll 3.
Oh, damn. Okay, 4.
Anything else, Dugan?
Can I do intelligence instead of wits? I don't have an applicable ability, but
sure. I mean, you're a knocker. You know how this works.
Hey, it's a 4.
Between the two of you, you're all super bugged, and they're literal bugs. On Bunny, it looks like a grasshopper. On Harlow, it looks like a spider. On Dix, it looks like a little scorpion. And on you, Dugan, it just looks like an eyeball.
Yeah, see, I told you.
Little clockwork, little clockwork doohickeys.
Actually, you know what? I regret squishing mine. Now they're gonna know. Hey, you guys mind if I take a look at your bugs just a minute? Just a real quick. I just want to make sure, just to check them out, and then we'll carry on our merry way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you want to do with them?
Don't worry about that. I just want to look at them real quick. Just check out the craftsmanship, and then we can continue on.
Go ahead, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I've seen mine over.
Yeah. First, I want to try and fix the eyeball on me so that it's not. I acted rashly, so that it's not immediately apparent that they are no longer recording. And then I want to alter everything. Alter each individual's, so it just sends back, instead of actually what is being said, it sends back what the knockers on the other end would expect very stereotypically to say. So like Dix is just, anything that he says just gets translated into, oh, I want to steal that. Oh, I want to steal that. Oh, cool. I'm going to steal that. And so on and so forth.
Roll your intelligence plus craft, or you can roll your relevant art for your how you make things as a knocker, basically.
I'm gonna go with the craft. Because I get an extra dice for doing that. That's quite a big pool here. So let me count for just a second. And then
first world knocker problems.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. There's a 4 with the crit thingy, and then 1, 2,
it's
3
a big pool
additional.
because
So 7. 7 with a crit.
7 with a crit. So again, you absolutely do it, but there's something wrong with it. So Bunny,
yes.
What's the flaw in his modification?
Oh, I was hoping you'd pick me. So it gives the feedback that he requested, but it sings it like 4 octaves lower than it would actually be. So it sounds like every cartoon bullfrog ever.
He turns it into a musical?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Harlow's is talking about hairballs and stuff in a real low octave. We got the hairballs, and I'm gonna lick things.
Do they all have deep voices?
Yes.
Hey, look,
Interesting.
I don't know. It's a feature, not a flaw.
Follow-up question. Do you all bother to put your clothes back on before you open up the door out into the night sky?
We had our clothes on?
That's what I'm saying.
Probably not unless someone tells me to.
Yeah, of course. I'm always dressed as appropriate as I need to be.
Well,
Yeah,
then,
sure, fine.
Gwyneth, as the door swings open, you see a very physically liberated bunny and a very slowly re-robing Harlow. And Dix, there's Gwyneth.
Hey, what's she do? Why are you on the other side of this door like that, though?
I've been on a bit of a journey.
I'd like
shit, you have any
to
left?
Wait, hang on. Say what, Bunny? What?
Bunny is gonna like shuffle up and do her excited jiggling thing, but she's gonna like she obviously wants to hug Gwyneth. But she was also told not to do that without permission. So she's just gonna kind of like sit there and vibrate like an excited chihuahua.
Gwyneth kind of like Mother Gothel, like
I rush into her arms.
Meanwhile, I'm just circling slowly around while my tail does a thing. You know how cats just always show you their butts when you don't care for them to? That's what I'm just doing all the time. Just walking around, just swatting my tail out of your face.
I hope everyone has behaved themselves.
You know.
I am the picture of etiquette.
Yeah, we the pictures of etiquettes.
I don't think that's true.
Maybe not like protocols and stuff. We're pretty good. It was like a 6 out of 10. You're saying we're batting above average at this point.
I didn't
Better than you'd expect.
I
peed on no one tonight. Down there.
Does Gwyneth look okay?
Does she?
It's definitely the kind of thing where you can tell that I have just been like super shaken, but I'm trying really hard for you to not tell.
I will say I won't even make you roll, Dix, especially because you know her well, and reading people is your MO. She's got the facade is up, but you're like, something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Gwyneth, you want to walk with me? You guys get dressed. We'll be checking for traps.
Yes, that sounds lovely.
Never got naked. What are you talking about?
Did you find out drugs?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's more, but for the time being, they're gonna be confused.
All right. And as you all sort of are walking along the shore of the East River here, which is delightfully as picturesque as you can probably imagine. But in the midst of all of the insanity you all have encountered tonight, there is something refreshingly familiar about it. At least that makes sense as you all are walking along.
So as we kind of like walk, I pull Dix like ahead away from the rest of the others, and I say,
just hug him off to the side.
I say, sorry. I say, listen, what would you say if I said that, well, we're fucked?
Oh, that's really cool, because I had to tell you, like, we're fucked by like 3 other people at the same time, so it's all going to be fine. And that we should probably just run away now.
What 3 other people?
I mean, I don't know. Slua said he was going to kill me, but also so did Cadmium Red and like Alexandria. She's a really big, important lady. You probably have heard of her.
I've heard of her.
Yeah, they all want the thing.
The locket.
Yeah, that thing, yeah.
I think we need to get the locket.
Okay. And then what do we do? Why do you didn't say why you think we're fucked though? Because that seems important given that we're already fucked about 3 different ways, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, I've either just saved you or doomed you, and I'm not quite sure which, but I promise you that no matter what happens, I will take care of you.
You are saying that literally about me and not like the collective you as the group of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I mean, they're nice people and all, but they really don't want to die. Preference to... Are they going to die, though, or is it just me? Am I the one that's going to die?
No, I hope no one, well, dies, I guess. But to save them, we might be giving up our chance of saving ourselves.
Mm.
You're not exactly the most selfless person I've ever met.
No. But I had like a thing I just added to my bucket list after being down there in the underground. Really want to... So tell me then, what I assume from your side something big came up then because you got taken away in a fancy car.
You know how I'm very knowledgeable and powerful?
Yeah. Like the smartest.
Yeah. So the people who are more knowledgeable and more powerful than I am are very upset right now. They want the locket. And they want to use the locket to basically ensure that all of our kin will be ruled strictly by the she. Now, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, but I could see how where they're looking to take things means bad news for all of you that are not of the she.
I mean, like, well, what about why is the locket special though? Why does that matter towards what we're talking? What this is really big stuff. And if that's the case, why doesn't anybody just get the locket? Why are we getting the locket?
The locket holds the key to who killed the king.
Does it have anything to do with the key you've literally been physically carrying with you on your person?
This key?
Yeah, that key.
I think so.
Can I look at this any closer? It's no sort of recognizable or anything, or can't hear you, Dave.
Sorry, I was muted, so I didn't interrupt. Presumably you let him see it?
Yes.
It is a very old skeleton key.
When you say that, that's not like a Fae thing. Like it's literally made of skeleton. It's like it's a skeleton key. No,
it's not. It's not like made out of finger bone. I appreciate. I have to clarify in this particular setting.
I thought it might be. Yeah.
It is metal, but it's not iron. It's not. It is not unpleasant. Like it doesn't like burn you when you touch it. You know. But it is. It is just a small metal key.
Yeah. So I noticed you had this. Where did you get it again, though?
A friend.
Oh, okay. Do you think your friend could maybe keep us from getting killed and stuff, though? Because that'd be cool.
You know, you actually have a point. They did say if I needed them, they could help me. All right, I have an idea, but I think that we need to get everyone somewhere where we won't be quite as stand out.
Okay, yeah.
In my head canon, when you're like where we won't stand out so much, like Bunny's doing naked yoga next to the river there, you know, just full downward dog.
Like that. We need to put a stop to that.
What's that?
Nothing. You look great, honestly. Have you been doing yoga for a while?
No, I'm toned from all the sex.
I can confirm. Also, how yoga's really helping me with my grooming as my leg is full up, extended, and I'm grooming myself.
Doug, when you take part in all this? Am I the only one? Do you
No.
do the yogas?
What's yoga? I eat yogurt. Yeah. Like I got a
those
good
like this-
yogurt. I got a yogurt guy.
Yeah, guys, are those credits transferable? Okay, if you eat yogurt, is that like the same as doing yoga? Like, does it still count in the same way?
No.
Oh, okay. No, then no.
Do good.
No.
Do good. Take your leg.
No.
Lift. Could I use Justus, you just broke me. Could I use
It was an appropriate response. You know?
could I use grandeur on Dugan?
Yeah. Do you, if you have it handy, can you? Which power specifically? Grandeur.
So Granger's the one that lets me give him a directive, and he really wants to earn my favor.
Yeah, let me see what his ability to resist it is. If he's got one. Apparently not spell grandeur. There we are.
As they're saying this, I am though. Although yogurt, much like yoga, can also get very sticky.
So then, which one of the pants? Are the pants for yogurt? Are they for eating yogurt with yogurt pants?
I got a pair of yogurt pants. I mean,
Me too.
you never know what's gonna happen when you eating yogurt. You gotta things can go terribly wrong.
Okay, so here's how this works. You're going to roll your dice for the art, and then pending how many successes you get, that is going to be automatic successes, and you're trying to motivate him, and he also will like feel like he wants to help. But it's cool. Similar. It's similar. Yeah. So roll it. It's similar to the way presence works in Vampire, basically.
Are we doing crits?
They don't explode, but you know, every two is 4. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's 8 then.
So now roll your either charisma or manipulation in either persuasion or subterfuge, whichever is going to give. So you've already got 8 successes. And then we're going to see what happens on top of that.
Let's see. What do I got here?
I roll.
You said manipulation and
Subterfuge or persuasion.
could we maybe do intimidation?
I mean, is that what you intend? Are you? Yes, you could.
Because I don't have persuasion. I only have intimidation. Like,
then
it's
yes,
just not on my
if you're more gonna bully him into doing it, yes. Mm-hmm.
Kind of, because I'm gonna stretch directly in front of his face and intimidate him. Like, I'm gonna lift my leg up.
I taught her that.
But I don't know that that's how that works. But okay.
That's totally intimidating. 1, 2, 3. That's another 6.
So that's 14 successes. Now, Dugan, you can roll your however many dice you've got in willpower to fight this. Means 14 successes.
Shit.
I appreciate, like, to me, this is like the yoga version of like a very aggressive like dance off. You know, you're like, yeah, right. Because in my head canon, Bunny's still naked during all this.
That's
Yes,
4.
probably.
Yeah.
4 successes.
That's still a net 10 successes on her side. So when she's like, grab your leg, and you're like, no, she looks at you again and is like, grab your leg. You feel like you probably should, Dugan. She might hurt you.
Yeah, this isn't
What's the
going to
matter?
go the
You
way
afraid you
that
like
you want to do.
Take your hand, grab your ankle, and
Yeah,
lift.
sure. As I do that, I'm gonna drop my glamour. So standing there before you is this gross, red-skinned, super long-limbed, gross long fingers. Yeah, I'm gonna lift my leg up, and it's just gonna go vertical like this weird scarecrow thing. Yeah, you like this? This what you want to see?
You are
Yeah,
so
get a
good
good
at
look.
yoga.
Yeah, get in there nice and deep. Like, come on, come in close for a good smell. Yep.
No,
Well, I got that up.
No. Okay, maybe put it back down now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I will waft that over there.
I regret this.
Yeah, I told you would.
I look at Dix and I'm like, are we sure we want to save them?
I mean, I don't know, but my brain's a little clouded because. So if with yogurt, is hot yogurt? Is that just like pudding, or is that like a specific sort of?
No, still standing there with my leg up. Sometimes I leave a thing of yogurt over by the radiator for a little bit longer, and it gets a nice little crust growing on it. And it's kind of like granola, but you don't got to buy two things. You just buy the one thing, and then you let it get crunchy. That's what I call a hot yogurt. It's a good weekend snack.
I'm so concerned about your diet.
You're very not what I call hot yogurt.
You're porous. You're very porous.
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't like to bathe often.
We can tell.
Look, you're the one that asked for this.
Put it down, please.
I lean into Gwyneth.
You had all the looks you want?
Yes, I'm good.
Put it away.
Maybe we play it by ear then.
Yeah.
So, in the spirit of getting somewhere less conspicuous to talk, where would you all like to go?
Does anyone have a hideaway, a location we can?
I mean, I got a workshop, but I don't know about letting Dix and this puka in there. No.
I have fuck chambers all over the city.
Maybe we should like go somewhere more neutral where nobody's expecting us to be, like a shitty motel.
I said, I have fuck chambers all over the city.
Oh, like you? Oh, wait, do you own Motel 6?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Bunny, take us to a sex chamber, please.
Storyteller. What, we gotta go like 3 blocks?
It's like Starbucks, like, you know, like there's like overlapping radii of like not having to travel too far
Within spitting distance. It's terrible. 2 across the street from each other.
Well, yeah, because then because sometimes you got to spit on it. If it's too far, you can't. You know.
And that's why Harlow's here.
That's why projectile. Are you going to call your driver again?
How far we got to go?
A few blocks.
We can walk. I'm tired of his stupid human face.
All right. So you all are walking along, and you arrive. All of you give me perception plus awareness. Alertness, sorry. Perception plus alertness. Yeah. Sorry. Again, too many versions of this game floating around in my head. 1, 4. Again, you still can't take your eyes off Bunny as you're walking along here, Harlow.
How could I resist?
You know, you've been paying good money for this up until now, and now it's like, hey, all right, you know.
Up until it was so much of my bank account, and it was on a screen. I have it in 4K HD right here.
That is true. 8K, honestly. This close, yeah.
The stains will last you a lifetime.
Dix, you can't shake the feeling you're being watched, but you can't put your finger on it anywhere in particular. You can't be like, oh, over there. It's just like there's eyes on you. One thing you know, Dix, is how to make a clean getaway. And it's like you're not clean right now. No pun intended.
I will kind of see how close is everybody to me right now. Are we walking?
Well, presumably, you're just kind of walking and talking, yeah.
Okay, We're like, okay. Hey guys, I mean, don't look now. No, it's cliche, but like we're being watched, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm naked.
No, yeah, no, Bunny, yeah. I mean, more than usual. Like,
By
as in
who?
somebody's. Well, I don't know, but you know, this you got a feeling for these things after you've stolen enough stuff from enough rich pricks. So we're being tailed, we're being watched, we're burnt. Somebody's on us. That's what I'm saying.
Storyteller, would I be able to use like streetwise plus something to try to figure out how to dodge like somebody that'd be following us in this situation?
You could do wits and larceny because that is shaking tails, no pun intended.
I
would
don't
probably be more like
have-
a crime thing.
I don't have larceny. I had
I'll give you streetwise.
Streetwise, and then what else? What was the thing with it? Wits. All right.
Because wits is thinking on your toes. Happy clicky clicky math rod.
Mm-hmm.
4 successes.
You think you might be able to like kind of like button hook type thing, like take a little bit of like a circuitous route to like try and not lead them right to where you are, or maybe they'll flesh themselves out, you know? Yeah.
Okay. Listen, you guys are going to have to follow me. I kind of know my way around streets. We might also get into some weird, dark, sticky, smelly places, but it won't be any worse than where we're going. No offense.
My rooms are very clean.
No, I'm sure they are. I meant by the time we leave.
Presumably you all let Harlow lead you along.
Yeah.
Yeah, for now.
I grab her tail.
Just for the record, what color is Harlow's tail?
Well, Harlow's fur is like all white, but then like she's a kaleidoscope of tie-dyed color. So it could be anything at that point, wherever you grab it.
As you start sort of like leading people down an alley, kind of hook this way, make a left, go over, make her 2 rights, go back, and it's clear she is leading in a very winding path. Harlow, you hear Hoshi say, "Oh, this is quite terrible, Harlow. I don't know that you're going to be able to shake them for long. Would you like a bit of a distraction?"
Yeah, Hoshi, you be able to help me out?
Oh, I live to serve, my darling. I live to serve.
All right, but as long as you know where to get to, and I give him like the address of whatever Fuckden, is that what you call it?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
We're
like,
gonna be at this
Palace.
Yeah.
the Fuck Palace over on 3rd.
Right-ho. Just let me off here on this fire escape if you'd be a peach, and then just move along, move along.
Thanks, Hoshi. I really owe you one.
Yes, no, these are the things that I get up in the morning for. Times like this. Let me see. Industrial air conditioning. Little bit of a saboteur. I should be able to get this whole roof to collapse in a matter of seconds. Yes. Yeah, no, go on with you. Pip, pip.
All right.
You all move along. Basically, right when you go around the corner, you all do hear like boom, and like smoke comes pouring out of the alleyway, and you hear car alarms start going off from this, quite frankly, act of domestic terrorism Hoshi's just performed. As you all
I'm just kind of like, oh shit. Start running for it.
And as you all book it and people are kind of like trying to figure out what's going on, you all make it into one of, not necessarily one of your primary establishments, Bunny, but you know, a sufficient one to entertain. It's kind of like a just a simple 2-bedroom that is over a pool hall. What does this one look like when you come in?
Well, this one is the leather suite. So there's a wall of riding crops and corsetry and chaps and handcuffs and masks and collars and a lot of things that well, this group's probably not seen. Maybe Harlow. I feature this one a lot in my films. But
I know this one.
this one's very small. You could only fit like 15 people in here at a time, which makes it.
Yeah, I know. I watched this one like at least 5 times, and I like get up on one of the pieces of furniture and the leather and just start scratching my nails into it.
Be careful with that. That's.
Sorry. Force a habit.
It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah.
Storyteller, do we with Hoshi's distraction? Do we do we feel like we lost him?
You feel like you got away clean.
Okay.
That same kind of feeling that was making the hair on the back of your neck rise up has kind of gone away, and you all feel like you can probably speak freely in here.
Okay, so like, what the fuck are we doing?
Great. So we're involved in a political war. Congratulations. We are now in battle. There's a few things everyone should be caught up on just to get everyone up to speed. The Kingdom of Concordia does not want the power to rest with any of the Fae beyond the She. Now, all of you are not She. So I feel if we're acting in your best interest that we should oppose them.
Why would we trust you? Look, you're She, and I gotta be honest, I didn't like your face from the moment we saw each other. No
I like your
offense or
face a
anything like that. I just don't trust you, and I think your whole group are a bunch of backstabbing traitors that think they're better than us. No offense or anything like that, of course. But how the fuck are we supposed to know that you're not just you're gonna turn around and crawfish us?
Couldn't she have done that already, though?
Nah, we don't have the thing yet.
Yeah, but I mean, like, she got pulled away on a little secret mission, right?
Exactly.
Wait a minute. Nick's is gonna kind of like narrow his eyes at her for a second. Nah, I still trust it. It's fine.
So we are at war right now?
In a manner of speaking, yes. But listen, if you need my trust, I will tell you something that I have never spoken aloud to any one outside my people.
Go on.
I feel obligated to tell you that if this is a secret, I will tell people.
Hey, Dugan, just a thought. Like, you can make anything, right?
Dugan, put this mask on.
No and yes.
Can I do the thing again? You're muted, B. Dave.
Is the goal to get him to cover his ears?
No, I want him to put the mask on. I know that'll do the trick.
Is it? Yeah.
Sure, why not?
That time it's only 3 successes on the first roll.
All right. So you roll the second one and add 3 to it.
Eight total.
You roll it, Dugan, to see 2. When she's like, put this mask on, it just, seems like it's a good idea to put the mask on.
Come on.
Anyway.
I zip the ear hole shut. Go ahead.
Great. Thank you. So, listen. I possess quite a bit of power, as I'm sure you've surmised from our time together. But I am unable to use any of it. All the knowledge I possess, all the power I hold is owned by my superiors. I am but a server. I am an access point. I'm a storage unit. I am completely, utterly powerless. And for centuries, I've existed in this role. I've been given promise after promise of advancement, of support, of sheer unshackling. And it's not coming. Something inside me in that car tonight snapped. And I have felt nothing but loyalty to my kind. Again, for centuries. But I think with your help, we can make an alliance, an unlikely alliance, and perhaps get some real power for ourselves.
Well, what are you thinking we should do with the locket once we get it?
Yeah, there are like 4 people who want it now.
Hey, can I listen again?
Yes.
Because I got a lot of things to say. So first off, I just need you to look, here, take my card and just say, hey, I'm not going to fuck you over, Dugan. Just say the words, I'm not going to fuck you over. It's okay. Just take that.
Gwyneth, I would say you are aware of his ability with contracts, that if you do this, you will be entering into a magical contract. You've seen him do this. You know it's something he's capable of.
That's why I'm not reacting.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
I've already entered into one contract tonight, Dugan. I cannot sign yours.
Yeah, well, it's pretty simple. You're just not gonna bone me over, right? Like, I don't know why you would not do that unless you were planning on doing that.
What's simple
He said doo-doo, by the way.
I heard.
I heard it.
We need to get that locket. And I am willing to hear you all out as to what we should do with it. But I will suggest we consider taking it to the Troll King.
He hasn't asked us for it.
Exactly.
He's like the one guy who hasn't asked us for it.
But he is the one guy they're all trying to take down.
But does he know? Does he know what's going on? Because I feel like if he knew what was going on, he probably would have. Why don't we just go to him now? Because then maybe they're watching the locket. Why don't we just go to him and tell him there's some shit going on?
Mr. Dula.
Don't you think it's also kind of suspicious that the one person that would possibly benefit from having it doesn't even know about it? He's got to know about it.
Well, again, just to clarify, since these are some things that you all know existing in the world, to make sure everyone is on the same page, the current ruler of the Duchy of the Golden Sigil, which is where New York is located, is a man named Duke Kelladin, again, who you all, Dugan and Dix, probably would have served under during the war. You may not have answered to him directly, but he would have been over the forces that you all would have been fighting in. And quite frankly, he would have been an enemy at the time for you, Gwyneth. Normally, his freehold Winter Snow is in Buffalo, but at this time of the year, he is in Manhattan. It would be possible to find him and give it to him. The king himself, also, King David Ardry, is also probably in New York right now. He tends to winter here. That is true.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was using the wrong term, but I'm referring to Duke Kelladin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nope, I got it.
More clarifying in case there's any like lore folks who are like, Gwyneth, get your Regency correct.
Gwyneth.
you adorable thing. Yeah.
Oh, you dumb bitch.
The lore of Changeling is fairly dense, y'all. But yes, you would know it's not a terrible idea, and he is probably here. It is kind of like it's not exactly a democracy, but it's almost more like if both the president and the Speaker of the House of the Senate, neither of which are normally in New York, are both in New York because they just are at this time of year. This is where they are. Just kind of how it's done.
Is there like a palace or something he would normally stay in? Okay,
you would know where he was. You may or may not be able to just walk right over and like knock on the door and get in, but you would have a reasonable expectation. It's like the governor's mansion. You're like, no, the governor's probably at the mansion. Yeah, like that's it's kind of how it would work. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
But you don't think that he doesn't know about it?
Oh, I think he knows. And if he doesn't know, by some strange order of events, we will be greatly rewarded for being the ones to tell him.
Let me just
recall again, just to make sure everybody is clear, because I know a lot of things have been thrown out, and some of it has been over the course of about a month. This thing is something. All indicators are the Slua personally hit it. It was recently recovered and put on display. So the idea that there's no reason to expect anyone knows about it except the Slua. Like, apparently he really worked to make sure no one did, but then someone made him forget about it.
He didn't give us a way to like just contact him, right? Like we can't poof him to us or anything.
You would have a way to. I mean, you would have a phone number to call. I mean, like he does still like exist in this world. Like when he like,
Bunny, check under your bed.
Yeah,
it's always the last place you expect. Hey, that's right, just under the.
There's no bed in this fuck palace.
Right.
Just a lot of pommel horses.
Iron Maiden in the corner, like.
Yeah. So yeah, you would have a reasonable expectation of being able to contact the Slua. Yes.
Okay.
I would say you would have a reasonable expectation of contacting any of them. That is kind of, part and parcel with it. If they're like, get me a thing, also don't holler at me, I'll holler at you type thing. Yeah.
But before we contact the Slua, I would like to attempt to contact a friend. I admit I'm not quite sure how to do it.
Yeah, here you go bringing somebody else into this. Look, I don't trust you. I'll say it. I don't trust you at all. You go off in your car, you come back with all these ideas. In the meantime, we got two other pretty powerful beings on our buttholes. And look, I'd rather not have anybody on my butthole, but right now it looks like we got 4 fucking people on our buttholes, and that might be a normal Friday night for Bunny, but hey, I ain't used to that.
Could you use different terminology? I'm very...
That's not
it's
common.
just making me keeping the look.
It's like
and I just keep looking at my butthole.
That's not standard nomenclature where you're coming from?
It is, but it means something very different.
Oh, well, I guess it's Dugan speak for, somebody's riding my ass. Is that better? Now we got 4 people riding our ass.
No.
That doesn't work either.
Yeah, Dugan, they didn't serve, so like you got to keep the military speak like, at a minimum.
No, they're young heads. You got that. Look, all right, here we go, chuckle fucks. This is what we're facing, right? Let me just lay it all out here. So Gwyneth here, she says we got these fucking dudes that are she, right? And we all know how trustworthy the she are. Anyway, she says that they want the lock in. She's gonna help us not get them.
Wait, which she?
The she is going to say that the other she won't get the locket from us. Instead, she will be on our side, and the other she will be on their side, and we'll just be on our own side. I don't fucking know.
I'm confused. Which she is Hershey?
No, Hershey is in Pennsylvania. Is very
like
different.
Yeah.
Hoshi is your friend. He's back there.
No, not a Hoshi. I meant Hershey.
Hershey, no, that's good chocolate. That's
like
good shit,
Kisses?
man. I keep a whole bunch in my freezer at all times for when I get one of those.
Listen, if it will help you out.
Oh yeah.
I pull out my cloud phone, and I storyteller, tell me if this is within my rights. I want to like pull up schematics for a thing that Dugan has never built before.
Yeah. You guys have some lost Da Vinci's in there. for some of the things he was working on right near the end. Like everybody knew he'd made a helicopter, at least he designed a helicopter. Very few people realized he like pulled it off and made it work. You would have a functional schematic for that, 100%.
So I like pull that up, and a mist kind of like vaporizes onto my fingertips, and I scat it at your head, Dugan, and the mist kind of like enters through your brain, and you are inspired and completely understand the schematics for this rare.
Oh, hey, whoa, hey! You just go throwing stuff in people. Oh, hey.
Do me next.
Hey,
All right.
I would have come up with that on my own at some point, but hey, that's pretty cool. That's
It's full Professor Farnsworth. The secret is not to move the ship through the universe. You have to move the universe around the ship. That's how it works. Yeah. I have an idea, but I would love to know what piece of information you're going to impart upon Bunny.
I can't wait to hear it.
I go through like the most ancient of like Kama Sutran lore, and I find a position that Bunny has never tried before.
Literally where I was going with all of this. Yeah. Yeah. You know, Bunny, you didn't know that could like that's not supposed to bend like that, but maybe if you just like ease into whoa.
I'll be right back.
All right.
She goes to start like stretching in the corner.
That's a pretty good bribe. I still don't trust you. But we're making headway. Okay, so we got the she. They want this thing, and we're not going to give it to them, right? We all in agreement. We're not going to give the she the thing, right?
I give Dix a long look.
Yeah.
What is that? What are you doing?
What? Nothing.
I had some in my throat, you know. Yeah. You know. What was the question though? Maybe we should just move on from what we were. What was the next?
I'm gonna lean over to Harlow and just like, it sounds like he's faking it.
Yeah, a lot of guys do.
Right.
Are you both lying right now, or is
Yeah,
Dix
what's
just
going on?
stupid?
Nothing. What?
You know me. I am just trying to get by. I don't really understand what's going on right now.
Are you blinking really weird, or do you got something in your eyeballs?
Nothing. Nothing. What? Nothing.
No. Okay. So let's. I want to lay the cards out. So we got red person. We have Lady Alexandria. We got Saslua. And then the king, Mr. Slur. We got also the king we can talk to, and then the she people who we are definitely not giving it to.
Definitely.
Hang on. No. Hang on. You got to explain yourselves there.
I don't know. Dugman seems really against it, and he's just a stand-up guy. So, like, I don't know quite what the.
You are full of shit.
I think that's just the smell in your room, honey.
Yeah,
No.
and I am a stand-up guy. He's not lying.
He doesn't think so. Dix.
Yeah.
What'd she promise you?
Oh, shit.
Who? Gwyneth?
I know the look of a man indebted to a woman. What'd she promise you?
I'm gonna use deja vu to rewind this scene.
You know what? I'm not even gonna make you roll. You just hear Dugan's like, "Well, I don't trust you, but that's a good bribe."
I'm not saying anything at this point.
Right. So we're all in agreement.
Wait, what do we agree?
We give the locket to Mr. Slua.
Or or we take it to the Duke.
But does the slew actually need it? He's just like asking for what it was. So if we just like text him like, yo dog, found the locket, GG easy, where's my money? And then we go head over towards where the king is, or maybe we just send the text safely from inside the waiting room of the palace. I think maybe we do, that would be, now that I'm saying that out loud, maybe we do that. Do we do that?
We could just put the locket on eBay and then we could see whoever wants the most.
Ooh, the highest bidder.
There you go.
I'm gonna just text Slew right now. See how he's. I'm gonna text Gwyneth on the sly, and then also text the Slew. Just be like, "Sup, dog," in a minute. But
what are you gonna text Gwyneth?
It's like, so are we playing this by ear? Are we actually like, what's the plan? Like, I don't know where we're sending this thing right now. And also, sup, dog to Slew.
I respond very casually, like, we betray the she to save the friends, winky face. We likely destroyed, sad face. You okay with that? Question mark.
I'm gonna take out my phone and I'm gonna be like to Bunny. I'm gonna be like, I think they're texting each other.
I just send her a bunch of eggplant emojis followed by a bunch of peaches.
So I'm gonna text back Gwen one more time. So when you put those sad faces, like you actually meant like the opposite. Like we're gonna do the thing that saves us and kills them, right?
I just love the all conversation ceases.
The room is very quiet.
What's going on here, guys?
I'm looking for Slew's number. I thought I had it right here. Oh fuck, here it is. I just found it. Sup, dog.
I text Dugan a whole bunch of eggplants too.
Dugan doesn't have a phone.
Dugan is a phone.
Dugan's analog. I'm analog, yo.
Then a page.
Yeah, while you guys, no, that's Dimitri. I don't got a pager. While you guys are doing your text thing, I got bored and wandered over to one of the pommel horses and started fixing it.
My whole studio.
And then I'm gonna text Gwyneth one more time. But like, if there's a way, maybe that for real the king could do. I'd rather not kill everybody, preferably. If there was a way to make this all good and stuff.
I will say contextually, you all know that when she's like, well, to clarify again, to make sure that we're keeping our own language correct, do you, Gwyneth, mean take it to the king? The king is here, but there's also the Duke, who is the local power. He's literally the governor and the president are both in town, essentially.
Basically, what I am insinuating is that if we show the troll Duke, our favor, he will hopefully take us in and give us power to help support him.
I will say that you all know, from a political standpoint, there's not necessarily a reason why she would want to go to the troll. He is in charge, but it's not like that. There's no reason you all would assume taking it to him helps her. I'll put it like that.
Right. It's very much against anything I should want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you know if you bring him the locket, he's going to be like, oh, right, cool, thanks. Thanks for this, and go fuck off.
All of you make me a wits and insight. No, do you have insight? Some of you might not even have insight.
Empathy?
Empathy is probably the closest thing, I guess. But I feel like you're not all of you. Kenning, actually, if you've got that. Kenning
I got
what
that.
I'm after. Yeah, kenning is basically insight. Wits and kenning.
Oh shit!
Big old
Drop
zero.
one.
Floor dice don't exist.
Oh, I dropped the second one.
Well,
I got such butterfingers. Oh,
go home, Harlow. You're drunk. 3, right?
I got 5 successes though.
Harlow, you, after all of this, it takes to say a lot's happening in here, Harlow. There's a lot of duplicity. There's a lot of flesh. There's a lot of that 6-part series she did with those writing crops was really influential in your work last year. But it occurs to you, you don't know what's in the locket, and that more than anything might inform who you should give it to.
Yeah, if we just need to find out what the heck this thing is and why is it so important, then maybe we'll know who the best person to bring it to. Because I was thinking about it, and I thought to myself, why aren't we just trying to decide who to bring it to in the first place? We're having so many arguments back and forth, and we should really find out what the heck it is first. And then I thought to myself, wow, Harlow, I could really use some Postmates right now. What do I want to eat? Do I want Chinese? Do I?
Harlow, I've got 4 words for you. Cursed Horcrux.
That's not one of mine.
I got a follow-up question. No?
Harlow,
I know not everybody's here super cultured, but have you all seen the Harry Potter series? It's very good. I suggest you watch it. It's enjoyable.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Whoa,
So
were you
I'm
in that porno last year?
Me?
No, Bunny, not you.
I mean,
Although,
that's right, yes.
There's a lot I don't know about you.
I honestly can't remember.
Because the Horcrux seems to be like a, was that like some medical play? What is that?
Oh, you're thinking of Horcrux. That's like a different.
There we go.
It's a morning after.
I was in that one.
I was very confused. My apologies. I did not mean to digress from our topic.
It's Bunny. You were about to say something.
You bring up a good point. What is in the locket?
The locket should either prove the slew's innocence or prove his guilt.
What if there's some really good pills in there?
Oh. We should definitely keep it then.
Maybe we just go and see what's inside. And then we make a decision.
Maybe. What's a deadline on this? Do we do we have a countdown for how soon?
Probably now or we die.
I'm gonna tell you, if we swipe it, somebody's gonna know that it's been swiped.
Yeah, but until then, nobody's got it. So maybe we just take a nap tonight, let cooler heads prevail in the morning, and also, I feel like it might be the thing that's easier to actually swipe during the day when there's normal people about in the Met. Just me saying, yeah, it's got magic shit around it, but past that, it's just a little thing. We just swap it, Indiana Jones style, with the dildo, or something of equal value. And then, while the bodies are all moving around, nobody sees us. Poof, we're gone.
I could probably make a copy that could sit there on display so nobody would know.
I like the dildo idea.
No,
maybe
I want to keep
maybe
it.
turn it into the. I'm going to hand over the sparkling bedazzled dildo to Dugan.
Gwyneth, you see that she's got a large jewel-encrusted dildo. It is bedazzled with rubies and all manner of precious gems.
I think we'll have better luck if it more closely resembles the locket.
Hey, you doubting me? I can make this thing look like a locket.
This belongs in a museum.
So, is my understanding the plan is to duplicate a facsimile of the locket that may or may not be made from a bedazzled dildo, and then
go work with what I got at me.
Go to the Met in the daytime to swap it when you kind of have the cover of just the normal activity of the museum.
It would appear so.
Excellent.
We can pick up my fuck share while we're there.
Because you did have it sent to the museum.
I did have it sent to the Met.
I mean, it is a work of art on its own. And as you all set out to put these machinations in motion, that is a good place for us to take a little break. So we'll do a quick 9 minutes for bio breaks and puppy needs before they die or revolt. And we will come back for what I'm sure is going to work out fine. And you all are going to encounter no resistance whatsoever. They're going to find a way to make everybody happy. It's going to be great. Don't worry about it. Yeah. It's going to be right. All right. We'll be back 7:30. All right. Well, PST. Okay. All right. Be right back. Hello. So we are back for our silky smooth and uneventful conclusion of Changeling Dreaming Across New York, episode 4, The Backbone of Surprise. Now, I understand that Dugan is going to create some a replica of the locket here. So let's go ahead and roll and see how well you do in your creation of your forgery here.
Come on, sweet baby. Okay, I am actually going to spend a willpower and reroll 3 of these because I feel like this is real important.
Perfect. It could matter a lot. That's true.
Hey, there we go. That gives me a second crit thingy. So a total of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Have any of you not got to dictate the fatal flaw in one of Dugan's inventions yet? Has everybody got to do it at least once?
I have. I don't think I have.
Okay, then Harlow. Again, all knocker inventions work, but there is a critical and unresolvable flaw with it. So what's wrong with the locket?
Well, the locket still vibrates.
Look, I couldn't get the motor out of it. I used what I had, but it's not a perfect copy.
Well, let's hope that they
tried.
don't touch it.
Could I borrow that?
I will hold on to it.
Okay.
Does anyone else do anything else before you all return to the Met the next day? And roughly what time of day do you intend to arrive there?
Yeah, I feel like that's the Dick's question.
Yeah, like Google when it's like, when Google's like, oh, now's the most busiest time, and we'd go at that time.
So, normally when Google's like, you shouldn't be here because it's so busy, you're like, or I should be there because it's so busy. When you all arrive, you notice there is a different announcement that is out front. There is still the big banner tapestry there announcing the arrival of the exhibit for commemorating the World Trade Center. But you also see there is a very large tapestry with a what looks like a crown that the around it there are like spikes upwards that almost look like claws, and it is pure silver, and it is announcing the display of the silver crown.
And I can't see any of it because of blacked out glasses.
Right. No, it's very much on brand. Yes. As you all make your way in, everyone who isn't Dix, give me again your perception and alertness. 2. Guys, eyes on the prize, focused. 1. Yep. You guys, well, it just seems like a normal day. Actually, Dugan, give me your wits and awareness also to see if there's some, or wits and alertness to see if you notice something before you put on the blinders.
Oh, Dix?
Dix, sorry, yes.
Okay. Said wits and awareness?
Yes, alertness.
Alertness. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm
skills
good
has
at these
slightly different names in 20th edition.
So, 6.
Dix, is before, when you're kind of getting close enough, couple deep breaths, kind of run through in your head what you're about to do, and you go to put the glasses on, you notice two people approaching the museum from very opposite directions. You see a woman in a very long silver gown, which is sparkling brightly in the sunshine, with a couple of people walking behind her. And you also see a very large man. He's like over 7 foot tall, in a tailored suit, but he looks very brutish. He looks almost borderline caveman, to tell you the truth. Walking from the other direction. You have seen these people before. You saw them at the Axis last night. They were the couple by the bar having the very intense conversation, but they are not arriving at all together now.
I'm going to relay exactly that to Gwyneth because she'll know what to do. I'd be like, Gwyneth.
Remind me, do I know this couple, storyteller?
You don't. You and once pointed out, you all saw them at the Axis just as you were walked in and kind of taking the place in. Bunny, you were the only one that we said canonically had been there enough times to be kind of a regular. So I will give you a wits and streetwise to see if you know who they are. All of you they're very distinct. She's very beautiful and he is very tall. So they're striking pair. So you would remember them once pointed out, but let's see whether or not she knows their names. 5. Perfect. You would think I, being the one that just introduced the fact that you might know who they are, might have had their names up here ready to tell you who they were. But that would be assuming a lot.
Always keep us guessing.
It's true. Even sometimes I keep myself guessing to make sure you're guessing. How can you know when I don't know? There are...
It's not the worst storytelling plan I've ever heard.
True. It's the only way. It's the only plan is no plan, the way of no way. His name is Warden Jameson. He is a developer with some very shady connections that perhaps in another life some of you might have done business with. And her name is Harla Eckers. She is a wealthy socialite. She is not so bad as one of these spoiled dilettantes that is famous for being famous, but she definitely comes from a long and influential line.
Do I, knowing who they are, have any inkling as to what they might possibly, like what business would bring them here? Or is it safe to assume it's why we're all here?
You don't know them as Fae, but you do know if you saw them at the Axis, they're not just people.
Okay. Harlow.
Yeah?
Do you think you could run a distraction if I asked you?
Sure. What do you want me to do? Who's the target? Who's the mark?
Well,
I've been watching a lot of heist films.
Should I be setting off another detonation?
Please don't blow up
is.
any buildings this time.
You were quite grateful for the Halon system last time. It's how you escaped with your, might I say, prodigiously fine hide intact, milady.
Thank you, but also, please no, not today. We have 2 targets. I will give you choice. Would you like him or her?
You know those guys?
Yes.
How? Who are they?
Wait, are you having them blow up one of these people?
They don't need to be here, is the thing. They have no business in this building other than probably fucking up our plans.
Shit, so we're just gonna blow them up?
No.
I'm prepared to.
Hoshi, we are going to distract them.
Can I distract them with pyrotechnics, Harlow?
Just be prepared to blow them up, Hoshi, okay?
Always, Dix.
Hoshi, I think you just got to do what you got to do. I'll let you read the room. You're pretty good at that.
Please don't read explosives.
Miss Bunny, I assure you, I shall not detonate anyone in a heavily occupied national treasure landmark unless required.
Yeah,
That's
see?
a pretty good word.
I'm
Who knows
gonna
what he's
like
doing?
lean over so I'm really close to Hoshi and just go,
Oh, darling.
do you think perhaps you could run up her pant leg instead, maybe? Simple. You can run up my Peter.
Oh, well, making it.
He puts his dice away.
having been met with an offer he cannot refuse. Well, you look at that. 6 crits. That's improbable. Although, hang on, Hoshi did roll fairly well. I was joking about 6 crits. He did get 4. Hoshi sort of like, up a pant leg, of course that. Oh, no. Bunny, what, permission to come aboard, Bunny.
You'll have to be more specific.
Might I shimmy up your, I need to whisper something into your ear, man.
Oh, yes.
You see, he does stop and sort of like gauge in his little like hedgehog legs. He sort of like bends back a little and then hops over onto your shoulder.
Okay.
And then that puppy is growing so fast.
Eeny.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I had intended to keep it, but I haven't brought it up this game. Where's our clockwork cat that I was keeping riding on my shoulder?
Yeah.
The clockwork cat could not depart Goblin Town.
No, I wanted him to meet Hoshi so bad.
Aw, they would have been the bestest of friends.
I'm gonna get him before the game is over.
It basically would have stayed with you until you were too far near the surface and would have hopped off and gone back.
But in my head, they have a spin-off together.
True, 100%. Yeah. Hoshi sort of like scrambles over and whispers into your ear. I don't know if you understand who, or more accurately, what those two are, but I think the provenance of that crown is probably more their concern than what we're here for. They're lupines, Bunny, the two of them.
Oh, then no. Don't do the thing I told you to do. I don't want you dead.
Exactly. It did seem like fairly final, you see. Yes.
Everyone here, avoid those two at all costs.
Yes, they're quite
They're pointy.
and not in a good way. Not like my delightful, spikes and quills here. I assure you, Bunny, I can lay them down, though. Don't worry about that.
The time has passed. Hoshi, we have a mission.
Oh, yes. Duty calls.
Yes. Look, Dix, pull down your glasses for just a moment. Those two, don't go near them.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right. Hoshi
I
hops
thought they
back.
smelled funny.
He goes, yes, I think you in particular should probably steer clear. Would it be insensitive of me to assume that lupines wouldn't like Puka because of a dog and cat thing, although they're not quite dogs and you aren't quite a cat?
I don't think they like anyone.
That's fair.
Quite a fair assessment, yes. Although you're all objectively delightful, mostly. He looks at you, Duke, and mostly delightful, but yes, yes, sure, quite.
Why are you casting shade over here? Come on.
I'm simply jealous of your prodigious facial hair. Yes. Right. Then I shall refrain from the pyrotechnics because they'd probably survive and just be irritated until such time. I will just say, mention April Fool's Day, Harlow, and I shall set about doing my work if you would like me to do what I do.
Oh, that's a code word? Okay, got it.
April Fools.
Got it. I will not forget that whatsoever.
Presumably, I guess you guys kind of let them get in ahead of you a little bit, or do you try and rush to beat them inside? Because they're still a little ways off. You know, he's kind of adjusting his suit. She's got her retinue that are taking pictures of her and things like that.
I don't want them to know we're here, so I'm going to rush.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that I'm gonna go in. I'm fairly conspicuous, and I'm not gonna change that for no one. I am what I am, but I know that me being what I am, I might put this mission in danger. So I feel like I'd be more suited.
Wait, Dugman, you're not like afraid of a couple little doggos, are you?
Oh no, I don't give a shit about them. More danger in the mission because I'm fairly distinctive and I'm told I have an odor.
But wait, aren't you the one who's supposed to use the tool to break the thing to get into the thing?
Yes, Dugan, you're essential.
I mean,
yeah, I know, but
I mean, you show me how to work it, and I can probably handle it.
Yeah, don't fuck this up, Dugan. You gotta go with us.
Can you give me like a body cam, like a spy movie, and you can walk me through it? I'm pretty dexterous.
I figured you'd probably do the switch anyway, but I kind of forgot that you needed my expertise to do the disarming shit. Yeah, fuck. Okay. Just because I like the idea of doing this like a spy movie, I would like to try and put a body cam on him and do this from outside.
You already know what's about to happen, so go ahead and roll it. Let's see how well it works.
1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4.
Bunny, what's wrong with it?
Oh, I haven't given my own. Could No, never mind. Sorry, I just had a really good idea, and that's fine. That's cool. You'll go ahead.
Can we hand it over to Dugan? I don't have anything like ready.
You know what? Then Gwyneth, who was still leading the league with the sonic activated detonating engine block that I very much have not forgotten about. What's wrong with Dix's body cam?
So you can use the body cam to see everything that Dix is doing, but it just glitches in and out with clips from Bunny's porn. So every couple seconds, you'll just see a few frames of porn, and it's just going to blast in your headphones like Bunny's moaning.
Oh, God.
I'm going to get to pay extra for that.
It's a new ringtone.
Text notification.
Yeah, that camera should do you. You get in, I'll guide you. And here, and I'll hand them the nondescript screwdriver.
Legally distinct.
Yeah, legally distinct screwdriver and the replacement locket.
Like the legally distinct acoustic spanner.
So you're gonna run into a couple different defenses, but this should harmonize at the right level and get you through there. But I'll walk you through it. I'm gonna go over here. So I'd like to go around the side in some way and tap into their security cameras as well, so I can kind of see what's going on and overwatch for the team.
I seem to recall you having rolled quite well when you tried to do this the last time. So I'm going to say you left yourself a back door, giggity, into the system.
The line from the movie.
Just with
I thought that was the name of the movie, Backdoor into the System.
Backdoor with the flaw that Gwyneth so lovingly chose for this. Would it be conceivable that when I made this body cam, I also made some headphones for everybody else, just little earpieces, so that we all get that blast every few minutes?
Just every once in a while. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm the only one subjected to the video of it, but share the love.
It's a feature, not a bug. No, I feel like Harlow. See, for me, with Wu-Tang Clan. I know their music so well, and I know those films so well. I know every kung fu movie that every Wu-Tang samples from. I feel like every time you get one, Harlow, you're like, oh,
I know this one.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, that one's Lake Placid. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lake Placid.
Is the horror that the lake is that that's a whole other
very chilly lake. It's chilly lake. Yeah.
It's a horror film.
It is a horror.
Come on, let's do this.
Horror film.
Yeah. As you all ease into the Met, you are moving through the crowd very carefully. Now the exhibit is open to the public now, and there are a lot more people in here. But again, it's just tourists, random people taking pictures of things. The mood in the Met is usually, fairly festive. There's kids in there and they run around seeing things and screaming and whatnot. But in the as you get closer to the World Trade Center area, it is a bit more somber. Like I said, even though the mood of the exhibit is very much a tribute to the towers, it's still, much mellower when you all get in here. And as you arrive, there is the locket still sitting on the podium. Again, it looks like it is gold, like it is a small golden clasped locket with a piece of black reflective glass sitting on the top of it. And there's still the placard there saying it was found in the tunnel underneath Tower 1.
Yeah, it's right ahead of you there. Just put your hands directly out in front of you and feel around.
I'll just kind of take.
No, don't put those down.
Just kind of tuck it in the jacket keep my focus on the item ahead of me.
A legally distinct version of Be Our Guest kind of starts playing in your mind, Dix, as you're just seeing all of this stuff that you could just no one would notice. I think in this instance, I'm going to use my earpiece.
Mm-hmm. Dugan, is there any chance you can kill the lights or cut a fire alarm? Or Hoshi, if you can do anything, now would be a good time. And I'm just
Hoshi, don't do anything.
Harlow, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, shall we say, a firecracker, and 10 being, shall we say, uninhabitable for the foreseeable future, roughly where would you like me to land with my distraction?
I mean, I don't want to cause anybody no harm or nothing, except for those two, maybe.
Not permanent harm.
Yeah. Also, did you hear this? I loved Pulp Friction.
Jesus! What the fuck? What? I'm scared. I'm scared.
I really do have and this is me, OOC. I have a warm place in my heart for pun porn titles on famous movies. I don't know how many more of them I'm going to roll out during this. Let's just say I know several, and you should Google the genre. There's some very clever work being done.
I'm kind of afraid to do so. But
no, there's some gems. There's some gems.
Okay,
yes.
All right.
When you're I know this one, Hoshi's I've got just the thing. Stand by. And he hops off and he's Dix, 40 seconds, man. Start counting now.
Okay, I'm just going to kind of palm our legally distinct driver of screws.
Yeah, screw drill. It's a screw drill.
It's a legally distinct acoustic spanner, but yes, that's LTAS. Yes. In exactly 40 seconds to the moment, you hear across the PA system the cacophonous moans of Bunny echoing throughout the entire Met.
Oh, I like it in stereo.
Right? Close Encounters of the Third Behind, I think, was the best one.
All right. With Dugan hopefully assisting me on camera there, I'll then start my work disarming the thing and swapping it.
Roll for me your dexterity and larceny.
I'm going to look at the expressions of the people in this room and see how many of them recognize what's happening.
Yeah. In the sense, recognize a heist is happening, or recognize
that they're listening to my work.
You give me your wits and alertness there, Bunny.
It's not a big dice pool.
Oh.
It's you're to be seen, not see. I get it.
I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Now would be an optimal time to, believe me. Bunny, you see like a lot of people looking and like, a couple people like cupping children's ears and things like that. But not a lot of them seem like there's not necessarily recognition on their face.
I pout.
That is 8 successes on mine.
Top 1% of OnlyFans, though, like these are muggles, in a legally distinct sense.
I'm an artist.
Dix, it's
8.
like,
Yeah.
it is, whatever this thing is, it's weird. As you start moving towards the locket, you don't encounter, it looks like it's just laying there on top of it, but you just feel as you get closer to it that it's like you just shouldn't touch it. Which is not a feeling that you yourself are kind of accustomed to. Quite frankly, it's the exact opposite of your life usually, that you're like, I saw it, so I took it. Just something in you was like, don't touch it. And as you deploy the legally distinct acoustic spanner, you feel that just parts. It just goes away. And it is even Gwyneth, you are watching every second of the whole process because you know how important this is. It's like you don't really see him move. He just sort of like coughs a little bit and he's like, done. Like you were watching. He's right there. And he's like, and I did it.
That's my Dix.
That one hasn't played yet.
All right. Hey, Dugman, you got a way out of here?
Oh, yeah. There's a service entrance.
Dugan, right when you hear, do you have a way out of here? Give me your wits and alertness.
Oh, that's not great for me. 1.
You hear, there's a service entrance, and then Dugan's line goes dead.
Hello. Hey, you guys there? Hello.
Dugan.
Oh, fuck.
You feel 2 hands come down on your shoulders. Buddy. You just don't know when to quit, do you?
I should have gone inside.
Dix, he doesn't reply to you when after you hear service entrance.
Just to clarify for me, storyteller, we get our glamour back after arrest, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Glamour and spent willpower all come back.
Then, in this instance, his line has gone dead, and is it like a movie like it's just like
he just abruptly stops talking.
Hey, Dugman, you got a way out of here for yourself, Dugman.
He does not respond.
Hey, I'm gonna just kind of turn around. Is anyone looking at me right now? Anyone that isn't in my party?
Again, you by definition you blend in. Like you're a dude, and with that many successes, it doesn't look like you did anything other than you're just kind of here looking at this locket. There is still most of the people are kind of like listening to the PA system, and every once in a while you hear like and it kind of like goes out, and then it comes back, and then a moment later Hoshi is on your shoulder, Harlow, and he's like, I've uploaded 13 hours of it to play intermittently. I feel like this is a place for art, and your performance counts as art, Miss Bunny. I could not get you Carnegie Hall, but the Met hopefully will suffice.
I appreciate that. The acoustics in here are very good.
Oh, they are astonishing, aren't they? You should hear out near the dinosaurs. There's a bone joke to be made there, Hollow, but
I was wondering which one that was playing because it was kind of muffled and I didn't know whether it was like Forest Hump.
Yeah.
Or was it?
Hey, guys.
Yeah. Or was it? Is that Bunny? Is that what it was?
28 days and nights later.
What is Gwyneth doing right now?
What is Gwyneth doing?
I mean, I was just had my eyes glued to Dix to make sure that
Me too.
everything went well.
Okay, I got the thing. But I'm not getting any response from Dugan.
Oh Christ!
What do you want to do? Do you just want to go? We want to try and go get him? The Doogster?
The one who
man.
can't keep any secrets. The one who will immediately tell whoever captured him what's going on, where we are.
You don't think he would do... I guess he would do that with me.
Do you think he's like double crossing us?
No. I think we're working against some very powerful people here, and I don't think he would do anything of that nature on purpose, but I do think he could be persuaded.
Okay. You guys all... you remember the first bunny fuck chamber we went to? The one where we met. No, where we all met. They're not. Not for you, because it would be like probably.
There have been a lot.
Can you all recall it in your memory?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and what is my flicker flash? I think is that what it is? And to grab everybody and move.
So your goal is to take them out of there and leave Dugan?
For now. Yeah.
Perfect. Hold on. Let me read this exactly here. Roll. Hold on. That's not. Every once in a while, the search on here is not necessarily that helpful.
Mine's also just broken.
Flicker Flies, is that the one? Oh no, Flicker Flash, 230. 230 or 238 in the book. Let's see. Okay. Roll. Hang on. 230, I think. Sorry, 238 is an example of it. Flicker Flash. Perfect. Roll. Yeah, just your arts dice.
Okie dokie. Ooh, I got all successes, but Dave with a crit. So 7 I got.
Dix, you're just like, everybody think about the fuck chamber. Great. And you all feel yourself traveling. And for a moment, you feel like you're in the dreaming for a second, where you see the ambient dreams of all of the millions of people of New York swirling around you, some happy, some sad, some light, some dark. And Dix, as you feel yourself closing in on the axis, you feel something fighting against you, like some sort of turbulence as you are closing in on the place, which you immediately, specializing in getting in places you aren't supposed to go, recognize it's got some sort of defense, but nothing can really stop you when you're intent on something, especially with everyone thinking simultaneously, and you feel you're back in the room. It's the chamber that you were in the night before.
Whoa.
Hey.
Where's Dugan? I don't know, but I was looking forward to hearing the end of Shaving Ryan's Privates, but
see, when he was talking about hot yogurt, I thought that's what he meant.
I'm gonna
he
immediately get
smelled
out my
like
phone.
hot yogurt, so
I want to get out my phone.
Thank you all for tuning in. We're done here. We're gonna.
I want to call Dugan on like a phone instead of our intercom things.
You know, Dugan doesn't have a phone. He was quite adamant about being old school.
All right. I'll be right back. I'm gonna try and poof to the last place I saw Dugan.
You're gonna leave them there, and you're gonna go.
Yeah, unless
Perfect.
anybody wants to go with me.
Gwyneth, sit in this chair and relax.
I would say when he says I'll be right back, you especially Gwyneth know exactly what he's about to do. Does anybody say anything before he disappears?
Oh, wait. Could you give us the locket? We'll keep it safe that way.
Oh yeah. Here, Gwyneth.
No, I will take it out of his hand.
Oh no, you're not.
Give me the one thing he is dexterous. Give me your dexterity and probably athletics from both of you, as opposed to see if you can get it from him, Bunny, before he gives it to her.
Those aren't things I'm bad at.
Mm-hmm.
6.
I'm spending a willpower.
You know, I've just been informed that the actual head of licensing for Doctor Who is in the chat right now, and that's incredible because I really didn't know with my legally distinct acoustic spanner.
Oh my god, that is Emily.
Yup. It's okay. I don't think we're gonna get any cease and desists. I'll make sure we don't.
Welcome aboard. Thank you for joining us today in a legally distinct manner. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Hand to God.
Wait, hang on. Wait. Don't even tell me. This is how we're going to do this. Put it in our chat over here, and I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and you both hit enter when I say so. We're going to see how
He knows what. Okay.
I know what he got.
Oh, you already said? Sorry. Well, yeah, but then okay. Well, then you can just say it because I was looking at a different screen here. So yes.
I re-rolled 3 dice. I got a crit, which took me up to 7.
I'm gonna spend a willpower. No, I'm not for this one. I don't care. You have it done.
Damn lucky.
How many did what did you get, Dugan?
I got 6.
You know, as you hand it out, she's faster than she looks, Dugan, and and she has it in her hand.
Okay.
She got to make sure it still vibrates.
Yeah, you ladies sort this out. I'll be back. I assume I'll leave the 3 of them there, and then I'll go to the alley where Dugan plugged in, I guess.
Perfect. When Dix disappears, the 3 of you are standing there with the locket in hand and holding it now. Under any other circumstances, it wouldn't strike you as anything special. It is old. But it's not old in a way that means anything to either of you. Harlow and Bunny are too young, and Gwyneth is far too old for it to like be in any way significant. You just clock it as old. It is gold with this black reflective glass on the front of it.
I immediately try and open it.
Open it.
It's locked.
Oh, nuts.
Is there a keyhole of any kind?
There is.
I put
Here's what I'm going to do. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I wanted to use dream logic on Gwyneth to bring her into a very confused state in which I will take that key from her and just make her think that we're just waiting for Dix to come back. He's got that locket.
When Gwyneth holds her hand out for the locket and you get ready to do your thing, a cold breeze blows through the room and leaves blow across the floor. You can roll it, Harlow.
6 successes.
When you look at her and you're like, ha ha ha, I know how this is going to work, you hear a voice in your ear, Harlow, say, I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that.
You're not that porn I was just listening to.
I don't think I am.
What do you care? Also, where are you?
You all see standing right in the middle of you, a transparent woman appears. She is clearly a ghost, and leaves swirl around her feet when she stands there, and she says, Gwyneth is a friend of mine, and I have foreseen this moment. You should not interfere, Harlow.
Okay. But also, like, I got so many follow-up questions.
She just sort of looks at you, and you can make out, again, her face doesn't particularly have any features, but you can make out just a hint of a smile when she looks at you, and she says, "Trust me, Harlow, let it happen." And then
I've heard that one before.
And she slowly turns and looks towards you, Bunny, and she's like, "I have heard those words come from this room before. It is true."
And just like the fur all sticks out on like my back, and I kind of get creeped out, and I just slowly back away a little behind Bunny.
And she turns and she looks at you and she's like, "Bunny, would you please hand the locket to Gwyneth?"
I'm going to take a moment and kind of just look back and forth between Gwyneth and this creepy ghost lady that just appeared in my fuck chamber.
That's a sentence you said.
Yeah, it's like a weird dream. I will slowly hand the locket to Gwyneth. Like, I'm very reluctant to give up control, but I'm just going to lock eyes with her for a second and say, "You fuck us. I fuck you. Understand?"
Me too.
I thought that's what you wanted to do all along, Bunny.
No more games. You fuck us. I fuck you.
Tell her.
I don't think you understand the lengths I'm going to unfuck you.
Is that a thing?
I hope that's true. And I'll let go.
When you get the locket in your hand, you see the ghost turns and she looks at you and she says, "Many paths converge in this moment, Gwyneth. Many paths branch out from it as well. Some to great glory, some to abject ruin. I have simply empowered you. What you do with that power will be up to you."
What do you suggest I do?
You see her face becomes distinct enough that you can sort of make out. She's still semi-transparent, but she's got brown skin and Mediterranean features. And she's wearing like a toga-like garb that you can still slightly see through her. And she says, "I sought power and revenge in equal measure, to my eternal detriment. I can give you no wise counsel in this, but I will only say you have dedicated your life to knowledge. Knowledge is what you will find located inside. How you apply that knowledge will be up to you." And she does turn and look towards Bunny and Harlow, "all of you."
Open it then.
So I pull out the key and I use it to open the locket.
And it does slide right in with a click. Meanwhile, Dix.
No!
Again,
Meanwhile, Dick.
We're like, I still have it within me to hurt you one more time. Dix, you appear in the alley and three very large men are standing there, and you see Dugan is completely off the ground, being held by the neck against the wall with his feet dangling. They look like they are wearing very patchy, ratty clothes. And one of them is literally snarling at him.
Oh, hey, Dugan, look, you got this under control? Should I go?
If these.
Yeah, I'll
Who the
give you a
fuck-
second.
Who the fuck is this guy? He doesn't smell like you. He doesn't smell like the underground.
Just let me talk just a minute. Just wait.
And he like slams you against the wall and he's like, I don't give a fuck about anything other than knowing where our people are.
What people are you looking for, guys?
He turns and looks at you and he says, some of our family has been taken, some of our kin, by his people.
You know, he's right, Dugman. There's a lot of people down that. You're right. You know what? Honestly, Dugman, like I was talking about this before I mean, he can probably show you the way. If I'm being completely honest, he's not himself enslaving them, but also I do not agree with what his people are doing. So, you know,
he does loosen up on your neck enough for you to talk, and he's like, "It's true, then, huh? They're down there."
Let me. Okay. First, I gotta lay this out. How much you know about changelings? How much you know about Nakas in general? Just.
We didn't know shit about you until we had to figure out what was happening to our people.
Okay. I gotta say this first. Just lay this out here. I can't keep a secret. Right. Back me up,
Yeah.
here, Dix. Yeah, I cannot keep a secret.
Have you ever kissed a girl?
No.
Yep. See who would lie? Who would tell the truth about that?
I mean, it's secret. I can't tell. I can't keep a secret. So everything I'm gonna tell you is gonna be okay. Okay.
Fucking talk.
Yeah. Okay. Look. First of all, I haven't been down there in like a decade. I've been up here living and working. So okay. That's first. First, point the blame where the blame is due. Right. Okay. Second, yes, Goblin Town is underneath here, and it's kind of shitty, and there's been some minor slavery. Okay. Right.
Minor slavery?
Look, I wasn't there.
Working at fucking Starbucks is minor slavery. Minimum wage is minor slavery.
Okay, look, I got no problem with you. You got a problem with Nakas in general, but not me in particular, right? Right? Man, you got a strong grip. Okay. Dix. Okay, I'm gonna say some things now that they were secrets, so I have to tell you. But now that I'm saying them out loud, they're no longer secrets. So this is important. Okay, you gotta look at me and you gotta say, okay, this is no longer a secret. Okay.
Wait, I need to tell you it's not a secret?
Yep, I'm gonna say some things and then you have to tell me, okay, cool, I know it. It's no longer a secret.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
because
important.
then like multiple people, like even these guys will know, so it won't be. Yeah, it's like public knowledge at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I'm not compelled to say it later.
Why would you say that to me?
Bear with me,
Would
big
you
guy.
didn't
Bear
have
with
to-
me
Now
just
I'm
1 minute.
beginning to question what I just committed to.
Fuck, but, it's not gonna be a secret once you say it. Whatever.
Okay, perfect. That's all I needed you to say. Beautiful. All right. I'm working on a plan. Okay? Look, I don't agree with what's going on down there. I don't agree with the she and the she-she's and the she and the whatever. And I don't agree with Goblin Town. All right? That's why I left. I'm not happy with the shit that's going down there. Right? So we're for current enemy of my enemy is my friend. Right? Okay? You familiar?
Yeah.
All right. Look.
I
The
went to
head.
high school.
You got one up on me. I ain't got no GED, right? So the leader of the Goblin Town, it's this chick named Cadmian Red. She's red. Look, we're very literal people. I got a thing in the works that might just remove her from the playing field, and then there's no reason to continue this slavery thing. I know some folks down there. I'll talk to them. We'll get somebody else in power. There's going to be a little bit of a vacuum, maybe a power struggle, maybe some murder. I don't know. But I can rest assured. I'm working on it. Okay. So don't break my neck, because if you break my neck, nobody will be working on your side, and you can't get to Goblin Town.
You see, he leans in very carefully and he goes, yeah, you smell scared. which means you ain't as stupid as you look, but you don't
I'm a
smell like
genius,
you're
actually.
lying. Then you see his eyes turn to bright yellow wolf eyes, and he says, "How long do you need?"
To be honest, I need a day to set this thing in motion. Okay, I have to say this out loud now, because if I don't say it out loud now, later somebody will make me, and it'll be a whole thing. We got this thing, and I made some copies of it, and Cadmium Red really wants the thing, but the one that I made that I'm gonna give to her is gonna blow up and kill her. That's kind of the goal here. And there's the secret out, so it's no longer a secret, right?
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no secret now.
yeah. Everybody knows.
He leans, and you see one of his claws grows, and he runs it behind your ear and cuts you.
Ow,
Digging.
what the fuck you do that for? Come on, man.
I can find you anywhere now. There's
Yeah.
nowhere on this earth you can hide from me.
Look, I'm not gonna try and hide from you, but here, take my business card.
And he drops it. He's like, I don't need your business card. I already got your fucking number. And he takes a step back, and he looks at one of the other ones, and they look down at the ground, and there is a large puddle on the ground. And he just goes, just when I thought this city couldn't get any fucking weirder. And he steps and hops into the puddle and is just gone. And the other two do the same thing.
Oh.
Hey, that was a pretty cool trick. You ever seen anything like that?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. You ready to go?
Okay, let's okay. Oh shit, we gotta be very careful here. I don't want the ladies to know about the thingy that's gonna blow up, but it's not a secret because I told people. So
Why would you not want them to know that? Why not? Why?
wait. The fewer people that know, the fewer things that can go wrong.
Okay, but what about the other lady?
What other lady?
Lady, the big she lady. I'm afraid to say a name. She was kind of scary. Like, I'm afraid she's gonna Voldemort me if I say a name. You know?
Oh yeah. I guess. So, and then I pull out of my pocket a second. So I've got 2 lockets that I'm holding. You know that you gave them the real one, and the secret locket is in the museum thing there. So I kind of had a plan to blow up both of them.
Oh, cool. Let's do it. All right. I'm just gonna like turn. Wait. Oh, where are we again? Oh yeah. Do you want to? How far do we have to walk to get to where we're going?
You're to get back to the circulatory. I mean, to get back to the axis.
Yeah.
Oh, you're far from the axis.
What if I stole a car?
Yeah, you could drive back in a few minutes. In a non-specific amount of time to traverse the world of darkness in New York.
Minutes.
Right. It'll take you like minutes. Just I watch Emily die a little every time I quote like travel estimates.
Everything in New York takes at least an hour, even if you're 10 blocks away. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh, hey, look, there's a car right
definitely.
there just waiting for us. Let's get going. I'm just going to go grab whatever pretty car is nearby.
You all hop in and are making your way back towards the axis when meanwhile, click. The locket folds open, and inside you see a picture of a beautiful dark-haired woman. She is wearing a pretty floral dress, has a necklace on, and she is smiling there. And as you look at her picture, the first thing you immediately are struck by, happiness. She's so happy when that picture got taken. And then it just starts to get colder and colder and colder. And then you hear an argument, loud shouting, a man's voice telling her that she needs to know her place and not make eye contact with any man again. And her finally speaking up to him and saying, if that's what you want from me, then I would rather die. And you hear a commotion and a struggle, and you hear and then you all are standing in a tunnel. And you see a man walking towards you. And he, again, this word gets thrown around a lot with the Arcadian she, but he's gorgeous. He is commanding. He is awe-inspiring. You, Gwyneth, recognize him immediately as King Daffel. His magnificent armor is blood-spattered and dented, and he is carrying the sword Caliborn out, and it has got a long silver blade with a magnificent hilt. He is the perfect person carrying the perfect weapon. He is the manifestation of aristocracy and leadership and glory, and he is stalking through this tunnel knee deep in water. And you hear, my lord, we thought we'd broken their line, but the trolls are holding. We can circle around behind them and cut them off. We'll pinch them together, and we will finally have victory. I promise you that I myself will bring you that accursed troll's head. I will bring you Keladin's head myself. No, he has fought honorably. They have fallen into trap after trap, but those accursed trolls simply will not give in. And you see he sort of stops and he leans against the wall and he reaches inside of his breastplate and he pulls out the locket and he flips it open and he looks at it. My lord, what is that? Something I took when I first came here. There was a man, a vile man. I could taste his guilt. He was lecherous. He was murderous. He had killed his own family, his own wife. His guilt stank and burned my nostrils. And I delivered that man to whatever hell awaits them afterwards. And this I keep to remind me of the nature of justice on occasion. You will not kill Kaladin. The trolls will learn their place. We will break them. But if we are to exist in this world, if my daughter is to have a future in this world as a humble foundling, we must find a way to coexist with these commoners. They are not our enemies. We abandon them. And out of the darkness, you all see a particularly small man step forward. He is wearing leather armor and a red helmet with perfectly square blue and white teeth, a face you immediately recognize as the red cap that you saw down in Goblin Town. And his sword hangs from his waist, and he's got 2 daggers in his hand, covered in blood and filth up to the wrist, where clearly he's been wrapped in combat as well. He says, "You believe that Lady Alexandria will be served by peace, by the elevation of these commoners? If I did not believe that, I would not have taken her into my own home. I would have left her to die. You will never understand our burden, Red Breath. You don't know what it is like to be a king. You don't know what it is like to try and serve for the greater good. I have slain countless trolls and red caps and every other manner of fae in my endless life. But I took no joy in any of it. I take no joy in the blood being spilled up there right now. We have to find a way to coexist. We have to find a way to victory." And you see he tucks the locket back inside of his breastplate and he says, "Go to my daughter. See that she is safely evacuated. I will meet you back at Terra Nor." And he says, "My lord, it isn't safe for you down here. There are allegations that there might be spies or lupines or traitors down here. Rat breath. I hide behind no one. I am king because of the example I set. And if someone should meet me, Caliburn and I shall dispatch them. And he goes and puts a hand on his shoulder. And the king stands 7'5", gorgeous and statuesque. And Red Breath is tiny, barely 4 feet tall. Go and look after my daughter. And when the king turns and he looks at the three of you, and for a split second, it's almost like he sees you there, and he goes, and he stiffens. And you hear, well, that's the problem, my lord. I've already seen to your daughter. And you see Rat Breath twisting his knife at the place where the joints of the armor intersect. And the king tries to raise Caliburn, and Rat Breath just puts his small hand out and just holds his elbow in place. You have always overlooked me. You thought you were being kind. And the king falls to his knees and he says, when the truth is, I was never anything to you. And Red Breath steps on the back of his knees, forcing him to stay down on the ground, and steps up on his back and says, there is only one she ever that has ever shown me any kindness, and yanks his hair back and says, it is your daughter, Lady Alexandria, my love. And by your death, she will rule. And cuts his throat and pushes him to the ground. And he stands over him for a moment. And you all hear footsteps coming his direction. And he turns and he looks back and he takes the blood and just licks it across his lips. And turns and just disappears into the shadows. And a moment later, you see another familiar face emerge out of the darkness. A tall, gaunt man in black robes with 7 fingers and a lantern comes searching forward and looks over the king and goes, oh, no, no, and very carefully puts the lantern down and turns him over and looks at him, and the locket falls down to the ground. And he puts his hands on the side of his head and he goes, and leans down and presses his head against his. And you start to hear more footsteps running. King Daffel, my lord, we've come to reinforce you. And he looks both ways and scoops up the locket and tucks it in his pocket and picks up the lantern and runs down the hallway. Wait, the light. Is it Dr. Coma? Is that you? The king is slain. The king is slain. And you all are back in the room.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We can't give it to her.
Oh, fuck no.
Gwyneth. Who do we give this to? This could clear the Slua's name. This could change the course of our history. Gwyneth?
I'm sorry, that was not easy to watch. I think it's very clear to whom we cannot pass this locket.
Yes.
Right. So terrible.
Does it help that he died an honorable king? Not a coward, not a traitor, not a murderer.
I think I know one option. Well, think about it. My whole job is to collect knowledge and to disperse it so that others have it.
This will cause another war.
If we give it to the she, they'll cover it up.
You would see Alexandra and her henchmen go free?
What do you think is the better alternative?
You know, I like the Slua because they deal in secrets. He's kept this secret a long time. There must be a good reason for that.
Well, House Layne also deals in secrets.
Then maybe you can keep this one so that we can all live in peace.
I don't think I can do that.
You see the ghost sort of like looks towards the door for a second, and then she just like motions with her hand, and Dugan and Dix are standing there. Just you guys were in a car, and then you were in the room.
Damn,
And you
Well,
you
that car's gonna fuck some shit up.
You all also see this now very physically present woman. She looks brown skin. She's got the bearing of a queen. Her hair pinned up with gold pins through it. And she's wearing gold circlets on both arms. And she says, "In my life, secrets cost me everything. So many things unsaid, so much anger and hatred, so many lives lost. I have no interest or stake in the affairs of the Fae because I have no interest or stake in the affairs of the living. And yes, you have the ability to keep this secret if you choose." And she just nods towards your cloud phone and she says, "You also have the ability to spread it far and wide if you so desire." And she turns and looks at you, Bunny, and she says, "I think I know what you would like. If you would like my assistance." She says, "That's you, Bunny."
Yeah. Do I get the sense that she actually wants to help me because she's kind of been like this with Gwyneth up until now?
You can try and roll insight if you like.
Go ahead.
You see, she just like holds a hand up and kind of turns it over. In the moment she does, from under the bed, you see a long 7-fingered hand slide out. And then another one. And
Hello, my dear.
Yeah. Oh, together again. It's just guess that means your mission was And he stops mid-sentence as Gwyneth is holding the open locket.
We found it.
Yeah.
And opened it.
Yes.
Can somebody fill me in on what the fuck's going on here?
Open the locket. It'll teleport you and tell you a story.
No. That is sacred. That is not for apologies, my friends. That is not for what is in there. Should have never been, and is not.
What's
Why have you kept it?
I just slowly walk over and just take one of Mr. Slua's hands, just comforting.
It was worth. It was worth the loss of everything, my reputation, my king, my everything, to preserve King Daffle's memory. You see. And it all it worked out. King David, and then the war ended, and by the time I knew which way to play it, it was on me, and I was prepared. I was prepared. I was prepared, and then it's out now.
No,
it's out now.
It's here, in this room. And Dugan hasn't heard anything.
No.
So it's still a secret.
Why is it so important to you that people don't know the truth? This entire kingdom is founded on a lie.
You see, he stalks towards you, and for a split second, you're like, "Oh, I'm about to die." Great. He's like goes straight towards you, but he stops at the very last second, and he just kneels down, and he says, "Because I should have been there 5 minutes faster. He'd still be alive."
You can't think like that.
Not on you.
Honey, I'm sorry, but that's so much to put on yourself.
That was my job. He says it's the strategy, the threat assessment. I should have seen what Brett was doing. I knew Alexandria. She seemed so sweet, but I knew she's a psychopathic. I should have known. You say, and I didn't. I was a fool. I was a slow fool.
Well, you maybe got the chance to correct that now.
Well, whatever this was, whatever this sequence of events I've set in motion again, I've imperiled everything a second time. But I must allow you all are the kith of this time, and you, Gwyneth, you are a she of the time before. It is not me to decide what should transpire next.
Dix. How far back does that special power you have go that lets us relive a moment?
Man, I don't think I've ever gone that far.
But just in general.
We all saw it. We still remember how to do it. We can all think back to, right?
Storyteller.
Yes.
How far back can I mean, I can see pretty far back in time. How far back can I deja vu? It seems kind of short term, unfortunately.
What is the outcome that you all are after? Just going back to the moment before you open the locket, or further than that?
I was honestly curious to see if a plan that was kind of forming in my head would work, but if it's only like brief moments, then
let me double check. It's deja vu's the power, correct? Or is it what's the name of the power? The specific
so deja
power?
vu lets me kind of go back. It looks like it's only moments though, like a scene maybe.
okay, that's fine.
Omega 13.
Yeah.
So,
I would say he could theoretically take you back before you all open the locket and before Dix and Dugan had even entered the room. I would say that would be within his power to do if you so chose.
no, not necessarily, not in this instance. I want to like put a hand on the sleweth's shoulder and say, I've dealt in secrets and information all my life. And I've learned that only one of them actually helps us grow as beings. And then I take out my cloud phone and just hold it up.
He looks up at you, and his nictitating eyes, his tears forming along the edges, down to the bottom, as he looks up at you, and he goes, I think you and I are in a similar business, ma'am, and I see the path that doing it my way led to. Perhaps it is time for another.
Did you have something to say, Dugan?
Yes, Dugan.
What? Am I led to believe that Alexandra had something to do with the death of the old king, dude? Is that kind of what?
No one answer that.
Look.
Yes.
All right. So
And it's not a secret, Dugan.
Right.
As we all know.
We all know. It's not a secret. We're telling people, right? We're telling people, so it's not a secret anymore. We're finding workarounds for debilitating conditions.
I would say while you are talking there, Dugan, while you're mid-sentence, you see Dix's eyes widen. And Dix, having seen all of that, how does Dix react?
You know, guys, having been fought in that war, you know, what with wanting equal rights and all that, I kind of feel like everybody should know. I don't like any of this passing this shit around to people who are going to trade favors to hide it and sweep it under the rug.
Remembering the war, you want to relive that.
I think
you want to give the Shia a loaded gun to point at everyone who is not like them.
No, I think I fought for equality, and that man died for it, and nobody knows his secret, and everything is just kind of slowly going back to the way it was.
Yeah, and so what are we gonna do? We're just gonna let his daughter and Rat Breath just get away with that?
You heard Gwyneth. The Shia are gonna cover it up.
Not
Yeah.
if
Well,
everyone
Not if
knows.
everybody knows.
I don't have a cloud phone. Do you?
Hey, broadcast that shit everywhere.
But wait, didn't they shut down your cloud phone earlier? Wouldn't that just
No, they gave it back and they enhanced it.
yeah, but don't they get final approval? There's no
Gwyneth, you're sure you could? They can't stop the signal. It's like anything. Like maybe once it's out, they could pull, but it's done. Then it can't be unseen. Essentially, you could
Much like my
make it. You could literally. You could make it. You could make it public, Gwyneth. You know you could.
Okay, can I weigh in real quick? Because unlike the two of you ladies, I was there with Dix, and we went through this once before, and I feel like we've got an opportunity here to set some things right. If we hold off on broadcasting this to the world, I might be able to bring Alexandra to justice, and at the same time maybe bring a little justice to the slavery issue going on down in Goblin Town, and then we release it to the world.
the longer that we hold on to this thing, the more likely it is that one of these fuckers is going to fuck us.
Because they're just going to be following us.
Hey, Slua, can you take care of those guys? Like, you're pretty stabby, right? Like, you could take care of those guys.
I mean, yeah, not as young as I once was, you see. And if I were just gonna go, and when he just sort of motions across his throat, the knife is in his hand. You didn't see him; he just has it. When he sort of motions across his throat, he's like, "Would have done it already." He's saying, "I don't see that solves anything." Miss Dugan, with respect, sir, it's you might get cadmium. Maybe Alexandria. Rat's breath clearly is no slouch. He never was. You're just as likely to get gut like a fish as pull off some coup. You say it seems like your only point of opportunity somewhat lay right here. It seemed like you're either going to embark on your revenge mission or informant the people, but not both. At least that seems to me. See.
Do it, Gwyneth. Then do it. But I
You
don't
missed
see
the
this working
opportunity.
out.
And not unrelated, if I don't free the slaves, then I'm gonna get killed by werewolves. So, there's just a little bit of a side thing there for me.
I'm pretty sure that when I do this, I will be destroyed.
Nah, we'll go somewhere nice. He'll be fine. How about guys? Maybe we all go. I don't know if you feel in Bahamas. Like maybe we just take a little quick jaunt down to the Caribbean.
Dix.
Well, okay. I mean, maybe you prefer somewhere like more with mountains. Maybe like the Alps. I don't know. Well, you've seen everything. You don't have to pretend to be impressed, but at least give me some feedback. Like, where do you want to go? You know?
I think they'll be in good hands with you.
You ain't got like a brain chip. You're not just gonna have an aneurysm. You're not just gonna die in front of me right now, are you? When you press that button?
Honestly, that's quite possible.
Huh.
Miss Spirit Lady.
Bunny.
You said you'd help.
Have I not already?
Well, no sense in not asking for as many favors as I can get, right? Could you do something to keep Gwyneth safe?
I believe I could take you somewhere they could not locate you, yes. I could take all of you somewhere you could not be located, yes.
It's not death, is it? You're not gonna kill us.
It's not death, Dix.
Okay.
I thought, although I have been to the underworld, it is not as unusual a place as you may know. In fact, Dugan, could you cover your ears for a moment?
Where's the mask? Where's the mask?
She's like, I trust you as she zips the mask down. She leans in close to you and she says, the Axis is actually built directly over the underworld. If you wish to see the river Styx, I could literally take you to it. No one knows that.
No, thank you.
Seems contextually relevant, though.
No, thank you.
Can we leave once visiting?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah, let's go.
No,
That sounds fun.
I think we should go.
Dix,
Gwyneth?
I mean, seems like a good time, you know?
I'll stay here.
When you were sort of debating whether or not you were going to go to the river Styx, the Slua just kind of puts a hand on your shoulder, Gwyneth, and just leans down and says, You're credit to your people, Gwyneth. You don't get the respect you deserve.
He says that, and I, holding my phone in one hand, reach out, grab Bunny by the back of the head, pull her in, and lay a passionate kiss on her. Pull back. Pull out the pills she gave me earlier. Place them on my tongue. Take the memory in full form from my mind and send it into the cloud and swallow the pills.
And having unleashed a figurative and perhaps even literal time bomb into the fabric of Fae society, that is a good place for us to stop. Not gonna lie, I had about 6 or 7 possible eventualities in my mind of which way you were gonna go. Broadcasting it to everyone was not one of the ones I considered. I don't know if you saw my face when she's like, I pull out my phone. I'm like,
Dude, when I was in the car waiting to get there, I was like, I want to send it to everyone, but I'm in a car.
I maintained it's going to start a war. I still think it's going to happen. Just saying.
We're gonna be the Sticks or the Bahamas. Either way, the parties are gonna be great.
Either way, there's a beach. Honestly, and I know in chat right now, there are some people that played in the New York game and have been to the Axis. That is true. The Axis is built over an entrance to Hades. It is a gateway to the underworld. That's why it is so strange here. That's why the people that live here are weird. That's why they're supernatural, but you could never figure out what they are. That's why the
that checks out.
Hades is in the basements of the Axis. That is true. So let me tell you how this is going to go. I know we went a little bit over. Thank you all for hanging in there. I know it's late on the East Coast. Again, we are going to take a break of a few weeks, might be about a month-ish, and then we will return with Mage the Ascension. We have to decide. The which faction we're going to do. That we're going to discuss that after this, because there's no guarantee that they're going to be on the side of the angels this time, in as much as they ever were. And then the plan after we finish Mage is to return with a crossover story where these beautiful people are going to pick which one of the characters they've played over this character arc to bring them back for the payoff of all of the insane bullshit they've set in motion in every single one of these stories. That is all moving towards a head that will...
I want a pesky and one of the horrible Wraith children. That's all I want. That's it. That's all I want.
They're both dead.
That's the thing. They were dead to begin with. So that's it. That'd be like the worst buddy cop story ever. You know what I mean? And the horrible Wraith child, you know, the Wraith shade, you know, that comes back now. Spectre. That's it. Yeah, the Pisky and the Spectre. That'll be the spinoff.
Hey. I'd watch it.
Thank you all so much for sticking with us. Thank you all so much for playing. Where one last time we will tell where you beautiful people are. Again, that's I'm hard to surprise. That was the possibility I did not see coming. Was the can't stop the signal. Not gonna lie. Figured that out about 20 minutes ago. That's when I was like, oh. Yeah. So, Diana.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Hey. I'm Diana. I am the Dice affiliate and product manager over at Die Hard Dice. You can find me on Twitter at DiMicco Diana. I play in a lot of games, but none so strange as this. That's all. That's me.
You're welcome. That's all I have to say to you is you're welcome. Emily.
Hi everyone. I'm Emily. I work at Roll20. The end.
It's true.
I just have to say for a second that everyone's characters in this particular game was so amazing. Like, I'm obsessed with each and every one of them, and now I'm sad. I hope at least one of these characters gets picked for, like, the Avengers.
I super new Circus Lupus was waiting outside of the Met, and if you all had just rolled out, you were just gonna get bodied by a bunch of bone gnars. So when the moment Dugan was like, "I wait outside," I was like, "Hey," that perception check was like, "They're on to you, buddy." You're like, "One success." I'm like, "Nah, it's all good. Don't worry about it." And they're here. Yeah. Justus.
Hi, everybody. I am Justus. I'm one half of the team at Bard and Barbarian, and I don't know. Stash Mandu on the socials, and that's where I'll post stuff. I do things.
Your hair's still magnificent, by the way. Yep. Mason.
I don't know how to follow Justus's outro. Hey guys, my name's Mason Dula. That's Masondula. You can find me on Twitter there, as well as on Wizard Rex TV here on Twitch, where I do Dungeons and Dragons and Call of Cthulhu and fun stuff like that. And obviously, I get to be here with these wonderful people, which is one of my favorite times of the week.
And last, but certainly not least, and yes, it is Emily the Spoon on all the socials. I realized she didn't say that. Emily the Spoon.
Yeah, oops. Oh, well.
And again, shout out to the legally distinct acoustic spanner. And Noura.
Hello, everyone.
That's why you say legally distinct acoustic spanner, because the freaking director of licensing for Doctor Who might be watching. Apparently, that's the thing. You never know. Be careful, kids.
He says he promises he's not going to come after us. So we're all good.
Read your fine print and legal jogging. Hi, everyone. I'm Noura Ibrahim. You can find me at Nouralogical on Instagram and Twitter. I'm a full-time nerd. I'm playing multiple different kinds of RPGs on multiple different amazing networks, including this fine network, QueueTimes. But follow me on the socials. I will announce the thing that I'm doing for that day. And I stream with amazing people such as this fine group, which I'm going to miss. This dynamic for this game in particular. I'm so sad that it was just a 4-episode thing. And I'm just going to say, Bunlow forever. And bringing it back to you, B-Dave.
It's again, we get to episode 4 of every one of these, and it's like, should we extend the run to 8? And I'm like, yes, wait, no. That's why we shouldn't. It'll be the year 2025.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
That is true. There's worse problems to have than too many incredible characters. It's like the reason why I wanted to keep it short is if we did every single one of them was long, by the time we got to the end, you would have like forgotten everything that had happened at the beginning. Like the vampires and the werewolves would be too distant of a memory. You know, poor Cherry Thorn, how she has suffered so. B-Dave Walters, say a word about things. You can find me all over the Tweetigrams at B-Dave Walters. Big announcement coming on Monday. I showed them some art from a thing that we're going to start talking about. And again, these fine people will return with Mage the Ascension and whatever is waiting for us afterwards. Thank you to QueueTimes. I've kept everybody here later than I should have. You all are magnificent garbage people. If you guys saw Changeling but haven't seen Wraith, all the vampire and werewolf were all great, but watch freaking Wraith if you haven't. These people put on just a dramatic clinic of just treachery and horribleness.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
So, yeah, and one last story to tell with Mage, and then we will see how all of this pays off. But in the meantime, enjoy your Fridays. Do please tune in for the new show coming on QueueTimes that will be running. Show your support, and we will see you back here again when night falls on New York. Thank you all. Good night.
Goodbye now.